do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell?
I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, Karen, you are so stupid.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mischief, Mayhem movie. Happy Monday, everyone. We are here to make some fetch happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Never
we can't make fetch happen.
Never going to happen.
But we are here to talk about a very popular movie, 2004 movie, Mean Girls. And of course, White Bear can relate because he was a mean girl in high school. So,
yeah. Wow. Hello.
Kitty Hills.
Stop it.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, we are here. Episode number 11. We picked a good one to this week. I think very unexpected comedy for me, and not something I normally would like, but god damn it, man. How could you hate this movie? It is really well written. It is funny as hell. And this is before Lindsay Lohan became a crackhead. So yeah. I can't hear Vex though.
Because I pulled a woman moment. She could be in transition. We don't know.
That is a good point.
Okay.
That is a good point. Yeah, that's true. Because I don't know. It was around. I don't know what year exactly she started losing it and becoming anorexic and doing
like
whatever.
A year or two after this, in all honesty. Yeah.
She couldn't handle the popularity, huh?
Yeah.
Apparently. All right. So I see that we're all dressed in character. First of all, let's go through this real quick. So White Bear is emo goth Chad tonight, and we're doing kind of what we did in high school. So for me, it was the shitty Italian Ginzo undershirt with the Knicks jersey underneath. And I couldn't find a gold chain or hoop earrings because I used to have those in high school.
Stereotypes are real, yo.
They are real. Stereotypes are real. This is basically my look in high school, and nobody said it was very appealing, but it was there. Copa had hair. He had hair at one point, believe it or not.
Dude,
beautiful.
I still do. I wear a bald cap every show I do. I'm showing you my real hair now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right.
Listen, I'm going Glen Coco today.
All right. Are you like Chang in that one episode of Community where it's like I have to wear my Jeff wig on top of my deep cap on top of my Chang hair, and there's no hair coming in.
and then we have Vex Electronica, who, if you haven't noticed, is not wearing glasses for the first time. She had a big interview today, so she came in all hot and sassy, and she's got her
the
high
emo
school
girl.
look.
I was.
She's the emo girl.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got my him T-shirt on. I got my fishnet sleeves. I got too many rings on my fingers. I got my choker. The only thing missing is my earrings, but can't really wear those.
That's okay. Your hair's down anyway, so. But I appreciate it.
I have to say, like, I forgot how hot hair gets. Like, I'm hot.
Well, yeah, you haven't had any in how long?
Whoa.
Can I put my hair in a ponytail?
Now we're talking about the hair on top of the head, right?
Well, yeah, that too, but I'm used to that being hot down there.
Nah,
It's just
okay.
You can't put your hair up because life is pain.
I guess
Life is pain.
Beauty's pain, bro.
Oh my god, life can't all be 3-pointers, you know. Okay, so we're gonna address the chat real quick. Yeah, Copa got that. We're gonna address the chat real quick. Let's go through that before we get to this. Will not probably be a 3-hour show because Vex might kill me if I do that again. So
and now that you said that, it will probably be a 3-hour.
4.5 hours just on Mean Girls.
Well, you know how we not make it a 4-hour show if we let anybody else talk through the movie than Vex.
That is a great point.
Just saying.
I'm okay if it's more than 3 hours. Like, I'm awake. I'm good.
I know you are. You're good people.
There's a weight off my chest now. So
I'm going to address this now since I'll probably forget later. I'll try to bring it up later. Next week, we are taking the week off. So I think it's, what is it, the 6th? What day is that? I am so bad. Yeah, February 6th. We are actually taking that Monday off. Getting everybody a break. We all kind of need a break, I think, just to kind of refresh. I got a lot of work obligations. I know everybody's killing it with their content making. I just decided let's try that. We all agreed on that. We will be coming back though with fire and Arnold Schwarzenegger on the 13th of February with Predator. So we're coming right back in it.
Yeah.
There was a missed opportunity. Why didn't you say it in the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice?
God
We'll
damn
be
it!
back.
Hold on.
We'll
Let
be
me start
back.
over. Hold on. So on February 13th.
Yeah.
Talk Predator because he's one ugly motherfucker. Is that better?
Much better.
Beautiful.
Much better.
I appreciate that. Now I
Pay for
do want us to do all Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions throughout the whole movie. So
Okay.
that's
Sounds
a
good.
must. It's the only demand I have. Okay. Let's go to the chat real quick. We got Jacob Ironside coming in saying, hello, y'all. Jacob's always supporting us, man. He's got an awesome channel. Please subscribe to him.
Jacob.
Let's see. Lambency. Never fear that a tired Lambency has appeared. Lambency's been doing a lot of work as well with this lovely lady Vex, of course. Man, had a big interview today. Steven Ransom. Steven, what's up, buddy? Let's get fetching. Let's go. We're gonna get fetching, all right.
Get fetching with Gretchen.
Get fetching with Gretchen. Of course, you got the child, Mrs. Little Mrs. Sasquatch in the chat, of course. Wookie be
Sassy.
bad. He made it. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you. I got yelled at by the wife. What else is new? Saying that we were late. So
That was my fault. In all
God
honesty,
damn it.
that was my fault because I
Blame the
told
woman.
these guys, "Oh, we should all dress up," and then I just showed up in a band T-shirt. You're the one that told us to dress up. I was like,
Def Leppard.
right. All right.
See, stupid men following stupid woman rules.
Yeah. Yeah. But he did say stupid men. So
Well, yeah.
She's
Well,
here.
look how dumb we are. Look at me.
Yeah.
We look great. What are you talking
I
about?
have a
Right,
jersey
man.
that doesn't fit. And I lost weight. It still doesn't fit. How skinny was I in high school? Holy shit.
Dang,
And we
dude.
got the lovely Jana, pregnant
you
Catania.
ate-
Yeah, nah.
You ate those Swedish
The keto
Swedish,
clusters.
health bars.
Yeah, the keto.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
Galty
supposed-
bars.
Supposed
Yeah.
to make you burn carbs. This is just the water weight right now.
Yeah.
Then
And then
the
it's
weight
just
comes
Gonna
off.
shit
Yeah.
out 10 pounds.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got in here. Oh, I got Pops. Pops Sasquatch.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Pops? Daddy Sasquatch in the
Oh,
chat.
sass.
Oh, R2 the Icky, who does his own show on Monday nights but couldn't resist. So he's yelling at other people for not. Well, they're doing Harry and the Hendersons, which I feel like I should have been part of since that's my lineage, but that's okay.
Right, yeah.
Of course, Filipino Meatball had to show up because he loves Mean Girls. That's him. It's his movie.
Mm.
In fact, I think this applies to this.
There's one
That's his pink
gorgeous looking
shirt.
dude.
It's a
Pink
pink.
shirt day.
Idea. He knew way ahead of time. All right.
Why isn't he here, by the way? Like,
No,
I thought he was gonna show
I
up.
asked him to be here, and he said, "No, I'm just going to stick in the chat. You guys are the experts." I'm like, "We're not. No, we review
Do we
movies.
really do we really need experts for Mean Girls?
No, you don't.
We're
You
not
heard
going
it
to go
now.
over color schemes tonight, I promise.
No, we're going to make.
I
fetch
mean, though, the
happen, though.
color coordination for the outfits were.
It was
pretty
fire.
nice.
True.
It was
That's
fire.
very true.
All right, let me. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm just trying to get the. Okay, I actually have. You like what I did there?
Ah, that was a colon-only connection we missed.
I thought you said a collage.
Whatever.
You know what?
Fuck it, guy.
Ah!
Juggle. I
So
got the fucking-
late.
Hold on. I got the media player. I'm trying to juggle the chat. This is insane. That's because
Oh,
we're
no,
so
Get your
popular.
shit together, cannoli.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's
Sorry.
the jersey.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Guys.
You got
Hey,
that?
Janet's in here saying, since it's Mean Girls, I thought, of course, Janet,
Yeah.
anytime.
Hey, Mama.
Anytime. Yeah, Mama Copa. Hey, Mama.
Mama Copa.
Ah.
Mama Copa is the mean
Mama-
girl, and she loves it. Mama,
God.
I bet you Mama Copa has a wooden spoon just smacking it in her other hand, like waiting.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not
those
going to
wooden
cuss
spoons
tonight
used to
because I
scare
know
the
I'm going to catch one.
Wooden spoons used to scare the Anytime I see one now, I still get the sweats.
I know. For sure.
You would understand.
That's like a,
yeah, no.
that's like an Italian pastime is to get hit by wooden spoons.
Look at Vex is like, what are you talking about?
Oh, well, Vex, see, in
They don't
Italian
have
Explain.
spoons in their culture.
No. Because brown families do too. I got the wooden ruler instead of the wooden.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
but we
see-
both so we both got hit with
See,
wood.
in
That's
our
awesome.
culture, food is big. In your culture, it's like mathematics and stuff. So it totally makes sense.
White people, they just throw money at us and say, stop. Stop doing that.
White people.
Go to the mall or
You
something.
white people.
Why people they throw eggs at each other and stuff?
Drink your
like that?
lattes.
They're so rich.
Take an
So I
egg.
actually,
Right
thanks,
on.
to Vex, thanks to the lovely Vex Electronic, I actually have a media player that works for the show, so we don't have to wait for it to buffer every 5 seconds. Thank you, lovely lady. What are you? Is she drinking water? You drinking water?
Yes. Why is that a problem? Do you want me to replace it with vodka?
Duh. I mean, this is a Mean Girl show. I mean,
I gotta be.
Did you
up
do
to
that back
like
in high
a-
school?
I'm kidding.
If I didn't have to go for a medical appointment tomorrow, sure, I'll break out my one drink a year for you, cannoli.
It's that time, huh? You got to get that. Never mind. So anyway, as Copa wipes his brow with his hair, we're
I
going to
gotta
talk to
tie
you.
my hair up. I can't do this. Hold on.
Do what you got to do. What meteor play? I don't. This is from. I think this is.
Is that VLC? No, that's not
VLC. Yeah.
Is it? Is it
Yeah.
VLC?
Yeah.
Your
a
VLC
new-
has a Chrome extension on it. That's neat.
I added one.
Ooh. All right.
My mom preferred plastic because of the rebound.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. No, because it snaps right off.
That's true.
It will snap on the way back. You know.
Well, now I have
snap
to
the
wait.
skin.
Now I have to wait for Vex to scroll through the movie.
Why? Just start
I don't
without
know.
her. Be a mean girl.
That's So 2004. So my child, about a month ago was watching. She said, "Let's watch this movie together. Let's have some bonding time." And I said, "Oh God, what are we gonna watch?" You know, she's a teenage girl, 14 years old, 15 years old. I'm like, "What are we gonna watch?" She said, "Let's watch Mean Girls." So obviously, I knew what the movie was, right? But I don't think I've actually sat through and watched the movie in full, just bits and pieces. And I gotta say, that expectation of, oh my God, please shoot me, this is going to be terrible, turned into, wow, this is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
and then like 30 minutes in, I'm like, oh God, wait, what's the, like, I'm just, I couldn't stop watching. It was very funny. I actually laughed a few times. It's well written. It's short, gets to the point quickly, has a great tone to it. And the comedic time, it's just great. Tina Fey wrote this movie, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So 2004, there were parts of this movie I said to myself, there's no way this movie gets made today. Probably not, only based off certain words that the main character used, like retard constantly throughout the movie. Probably would get canceled. But it's funny. It's a funny movie. So we'll start off. So basically the movie starts off with the parents telling it goes through the whole backstory of the daughter. What's the daughter? What's Lindsay Lohan's name in the movie?
Katie.
Katie,
But it's
right?
called
With a
Caddy.
D.
Caddy,
Yeah.
right?
Caddy.
So the parents are talking to her, and I didn't know this when I'm first watching this movie. I'm expecting, I don't know why, because in the previews for the movie, I never really saw. I was expecting them talking to a little kid because maybe she grew up and this is her. No, they're talking to her like a little kid because she hasn't been to school before because her parents worked as missionaries or in
No, they were.
and
No.
what was it exactly? What was their jobs? They worked in Africa, right?
No, they were
It's-
missionaries.
Oh, I thought they were anthropological people.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
no, sorry, you're right.
anthropological people.
You're right. Anthropologists, yeah.
Anthropologists, and they worked in Africa, so she never knew really what a real true school was. So she grew up around African tribes and animals, and so of course the parents are just as lost as she is, right in the beginning, like, we don't know what to do, here's your lunch and go to school kind of thing.
You're grounded.
You're grounded. Yeah.
You're what do they call it? Grounded.
You're supposed to be home when they're grounded. Yeah, so here's the mom and dad, and you see the mom's obviously crying. She goes through this whole thing about what school is like, right? Like what people you expect in school, spelling bee nerds, and then this cracked me.
Lord made the Remington bolt.
Remington rifle, yeah, and those homosexuals.
Homosexuals.
Oh my God, this was hilarious. Yeah, we'll do that.
And the
There you go.
homosexuals.
And the homosexuals, and then here it goes through the backstory of how she grew up, basically. So you can see the parents are just like, oh my God, this is her first time being.
Well, that's
in
right.
a
When you
school.
first see the bus for the first time almost kills her.
Yeah, a little foreshadowing. You're right.
Yeah,
Foreshadowing there,
that
yeah.
bus. Remember that bus. It is the most dangerous thing in the whole movie.
And like I was saying, this is when Lindsay Lohan was, I guess, pretty normal at this point, as far as we knew, right? How old was she when she made this movie? Do you remember?
17. Jen just
17.
said in the chat.
Wow.
So,
okay.
yeah, so
2004, right? Is that what was said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jen. Okay, I'm
What-
sorry, I didn't see
what
that.
hellscape of a high school is this where they're setting shit on fire?
Shit
the-
on fire?
the lawn
You
and-
mean you didn't have kids setting shit on fire outside your high school?
I went
No.
to Catholic school, girl.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Set
We
teachers on fire.
We set teachers on fire, not paper. We wanted our shit to look nice. We just wanted to get rid of the teacher.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this
What
couple
blew my
right
mind
here.
is that I never recognized that that's Lizzie Kaplan until this run through. I was
Right?
like, holy fuck, that's Lizzie Kaplan.
Well, yeah. How many years ago? I mean, obviously.
No, but
yeah.
still, like everybody else is pretty recognizable. I mean, this is
Except
a
for-
deep bench of a cast too.
big time.
But Lizzie Kaplan blew me away. Like right when I saw that credit, I was like, wait a minute, that's her. Anyway,
Is this when she goes up to this girl here initially, and she goes, "Hey, this is my first day," and the girl's like, "Talk to me again, and I'll kick your ass."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good girl. Good girl.
I was like, "Okay, good intro," and then she starts making out with this freaking Ronald
Nerd.
McDonald
Ginger.
looking dude. Yeah, ginger.
Soulless
Stay away from the gingers, people.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Left Eye Ego, what's up, buddy?
Yo.
Yo,
Ego can't resist us.
I know you can't. He knew the hair was on tonight, so
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what.
I wish I could flip it though.
You got to put your Murtaugh, your what's his Riggs wig on to flip it.
This is the Wigs rig.
That's
the
the
Riggs
Wigs
wig.
rig.
How did you not know that? It looks very obviously the same.
It doesn't look this. Oh,
This is my
it's got
hair.
his
What you talking about?
natural Italian gel in it.
Yeah,
oh yeah. It's got that
this is my
grease.
Travolta look now.
Yeah. It won't really move.
Sandy. No, we're not
Oh, you
reviewing.
took my
I'm never
face
reviewing
off.
Grease, by the way. I'm never going to
No.
review Grease.
Oh,
I'm
but we
sorry.
are going to do Face Off.
Oh, you have to do
Face off.
Please.
But I'm not doing Grease. You know why we're not doing Grease? Because I fucking hate that movie. I'm just.
I don't
No,
like
Grease,
Grease either.
we're not
in all
doing that.
honesty.
I'm not a fan. I watched
Grease is
Grease 2.
okay.
Grease 2 was on the other night, and I literally wanted to poke my eyes out of my fucking skull.
Oh,
That movie's just as bad. That movie's bad. Anyway.
even for Michelle Pfeiffer, it's bad.
Oh, it's
Can't
terrible.
even watch it.
Yeah, so this is the guy that they're telling not to sit behind because he likes to he's got a little gas problem.
Yeah.
Big boy, right? Like
He even looks farty. Look at him.
Yeah, he's got that farty look for sure.
Oh
Like,
god, it's gonna come out.
So is this official now? If I see a dude that looks like this on the street,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just know
He's
avoid.
he's blowing
Yeah,
gas.
if he
right?
has
Yeah.
that look
Okay.
of shame,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm farting.
he's
right
having a
now.
blowout.
This is the kind of guy that starts global warming.
Yeah.
that's,
All those cow farts, they actually come from him, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, look how much meat this guy. He even looks back and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna let one go."
He feels
Yeah.
bad about it. And there's
Yeah.
all the
Tina Fey drops her donut. I always get pissed when people drop food in movies. Why does that bother me?
because
it 'cause
you're a
I'm a-
hungry boy.
Come
Because
on,
I'm
dude.
because I was a
Hungry
I was
going
a
up
fat.
so easy.
Is it because I was a fat kid?
Look at all
I
them
was
carbs.
gonna make that comment,
inner-
but I figured it might be too mean. So,
The
but
inner-
that's
Why?
the fat kid
We're
in, yeah.
watching Mean Girls.
Inner fat kid
So,
is
how
always
is that mean?
screaming,
It's true. That's true.
What a waste of food.
Fucking donuts, man. I could have eaten those.
Those donuts do look good, though. To be
They
fair.
Hey,
look
but
good.
you know what? The donut survived. If you
Oh,
look at
that's right. The coffee got destroyed,
it. Yeah.
but
Mhm.
not the donuts, right? Because she
Yeah.
gets it all over herself. And Tina Fey, she takes her shirt off in class, which I don't think that would go fly today.
I mean, it was
Well, her-
accidental.
it got
so-
stuck to her sweatshirt. So
Still,
Yeah.
you know.
at first you're like, what the hell is she doing?
Yeah, I didn't know this was based off a book either until the second go around that I looked that up. I was
Very
like, oh, wow.
loosely based. Very loosely
Hmm.
based.
That's what she
So Tina Fey took a lot of liberties with that book. She came out and said that.
said.
So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know what women are saying to you, Cannoli.
You don't want to know. Nothing, actually. Nothing at all. They're not saying anything.
You don't want to know because
You don't wanna know. Not in the circles I run. So, yeah, you have the prince. It's the principal, right? He's just the whole movie's hitting on Tina
Dude,
Fey, man. He wants it.
Tim Meadows, I swear his comedic talent is underused in every
Very, very.
Mhm.
Right.
If you
He's
haven't
so
seen The
good.
Ladies Man, you need
Oh,
to
Ladies
see
Man,
Ladies
he's
Man.
perfect.
He was funny.
Mhm.
And he I mean, he was on Saturday Night Live, right? Or is
Yeah,
he-
yeah. Him,
So
Yeah,
a lot of
ladies.
a lot of this cast, yeah, was
Ladies, if I boned you, meet me by the nacho cart. lady. And
Yeah.
if you want to be boned, meet me by the nacho cart.
So who's I might him think he means hotter, Tina Fey or Lindsay Lohan in this movie?
I think he
Lindsay
means
Lohan was
Hooter.
underage meatball in this movie, so
God
you can't say that.
No, I'm not saying it.
Well, so
I'm not going
yeah,
there.
I'm not going it.
So I'm going to say Tina Fey by default.
Yep, I'm not going to jail. Fuck you, YouTube. You're not taking my channel off. No. I also have a felony charge for trying to kidnap the cast. What the fuck?
Filipinos
Semantics,
something
he
else
says.
tonight.
Semantics. He's just sexually repressed. Obviously.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Anyway, all right. Oh God.
There's the girl mistakenly from Africa.
Yeah, she looks. Yeah, Tina Fey looks at her. She's oh welcome. And she's like, I am from Africa.
I'm from
Chicago.
Illinois
Yeah, that was fucking
or
funny.
Michigan or whatever.
KT. Yeah, see, Caddy. Okay, there you go. There you go. Meatball. Her wet boobs.
Wet
showing-
boobs.
Wet
Wet
boobs.
boobs.
They
Boobs.
definitely are back in high school.
Yeah.
Wet boobies. Did you see her?
Yeah,
You're
she's-
totally skipping over some character development here, Cannoli.
No,
I'm
what?
just saying.
It's just a hole.
No,
No,
it's just-
because now they're flashing through like how like Caddy's just like I'd never been in a place
Oh,
where
right,
adults
right.
didn't trust me. And it's showing like all these instances where normally she'd be like going to the bathroom. They're just like, oh, why are you just going? You need a hall pass or the bathroom pass, right? So it's showing how new this entire environment is to her.
Because she's never been in an environment like that before.
Here it goes.
Exactly.
We're going to have a 3-hour show now.
There we go.
Starting.
That's it. Now she's taking over the
Cooking.
show. This is what I
Cook it
like.
up.
Well,
Amanda
no, you were
Seyfried.
just jumping ahead, and these were like central things that kind of show how Western society ends up corrupting Katie Heron.
And she's narrating. She has the little interpersonal
Right.
communication going on
A
there.
little
so-
inner dialogue
Yeah.
going
Mhm.
on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. And there's your part, like you said. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom.
And look at
Yeah.
that
You, need
monitor.
you need a hall pass. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never lived in a world where adults don't-
Lavatory pass.
Lavatory pass. Oh yeah, this is her first time in a cafeteria, right? She doesn't know where to sit, what to do. I gotta fit. Yeah, you gotta admit, if you came from Africa, living with lions and fucking tribesmen women, this would be a major culture shock.
Mhm.
I mean, think about it.
Well, look at that dude right there, though.
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah, look at him. Just look at him.
You think he's lurking? He's like,
Just look
well,
at him.
you-
Okay,
kinda got-
sorry.
He
no, he's
doesn't
got
even
that-
go here.
Hey, they do have the clock right there, right at lunchtime. You know, it's 12 o'clock.
God, they're so
Looking up.
good. This
Yeah.
production, yeah, you know, the production team on this was on point with the clocks.
And take a look at the color, this color in the background.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do a yeah.
Well,
it's
if you look
blue.
at the girl,
It's
she's
blue.
in pink.
Oh, by the way, I will say real quick, a sidebar. Watching Megan, I caught the color pattern scheme, and has a lot. You fucking assholes. Very similar to other movies we have just
Mhm.
reviewed in the past. And I was like, you know what? I'm sitting there and I'm screaming. Mrs. Cannoli. I'm like, oh look at the color in the bed in this room. And when all the issues are happening, it's this color. And I go, fucking Copa and Vex killing me with the colors, man. That's all I noticed was color patterns the whole movie.
Did Mrs. Cannoli bring out the spoon after to get you to shut the fuck up by yelling about colors?
She did
And
yell
that,
at me once.
and that spoon was red afterward.
It was. This was when the trouble started, when the red came out. Of course, she always tells me to shut up. Why wouldn't she? She's just like you. She yells at me all the time.
I'd just like to point out one thing, okay?
Oh,
We're
God, what?
26 minutes in, and you've only done like 5 minutes of the film, so.
Listen.
Well, we would have been further ahead if you didn't stop us. To
yeah,
say,
you yelled at me like, this is the
You go to the
crucial
bathroom.
point. She has to piss and tell the world why it's
Because
different
you were
than where she-
missing stuff, bro.
There was no character.
Look, and then now we're
development
talking
there.
about nipples. Now we're talking about nipples. You happy? Did you see the
Okay.
nipple?
Ah,
Yeah.
She's listening to conversations.
Yeah, I
in the
know.
cafeteria.
So they're
There
they're
you
going
go.
through all the cliques in the high school, right? Like the popular kids and the weird kids and the smart
Yeah,
kids.
the
and
Asian,
Asian
the
math
people.
Asians.
the
Yeah.
mean black girls.
Yeah, math
Yes.
Asians, cool
Yes.
Asians,
Yes. The gothic. Yeah, was
sexually
her,
sexually active band nerds.
Yeah,
band
they're all-
nerds. Yes, they were making out on the table. This was pretty
just
funny.
like to point out, she approaches this table because she thinks these people are from Africa. She's used to seeing black people
Right.
her whole life.
Right.
And she's like,
Doll
she
or
says,
whatever.
yeah, she says something in a foreign language, and that's why they're looking at her like this.
Like what?
They're like, huh? That was funny. This is a fucking great. And then so she decides to eat in the toilet because she feels safe in the toilet. She's alone. Yeah,
Or she
this
wasn't
was
fitting in. She felt
she wasn't
out of
fitting
place.
in. Yeah. And so and then this was a theme too. Like she would come home and they'd be like, "How was your day?" And it would just her attitude would change, her answer would change. So here she was like, "It was okay." And of course, as the movie goes on, that she gets a little, like you said, corrupted by Western society and becomes a little bitchy and moody, just like a typical
A
teenager.
little.
Oh, just saying. Is this where she? Okay, yeah. So this is where she meets these people finally, and this girl was fucking funny, and the gay friend, he was
Your mom's chest hair. I love how she delivers that line.
yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
What's it made of? Your mom's chest hair.
Mom's chest hair. Yeah, and they go through her schedule. Yeah, I like this guy's outfits. I feel like this is how White Bear would have dressed if he was in high school. Nah, you were emo though, right? Look at him.
Probably
Look at him in
looks
his.
more like Janice Ian, if anything.
Yeah. He's gone.
I like White Bear's black and white background.
Right.
He's living in a pile of skulls, bro.
Oh, you just hate the world. Life is death. Life is pain.
He's listening. He's quietly listening to Morrissey as we speak.
9-Inch Nails. Thank you very much.
Okay, he's listening to Nails.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better.
But only Pretty Hate Machine.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing further than that.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So
You're
this is
totally just skipping over everything.
It's skipping 10 seconds ahead. What do you want me to? Go ahead, Vax. Go ahead.
Okay, Janice and Damien, who are those two characters, they end up approaching Katie, and they're like, "Hey, you're that new chick from Africa," and basically they end up becoming her friends. So here he's like, "Fresh meat, move out of the way, everyone," and they decide to start introducing her to how things work because she's unfamiliar with Western education and
everything that's working.
The social norms and all that, right? So they're walking through the hallway here, and they end up they're like, "What do you have fifth period?" She's like, "Oh, it was like phys ed or something like that." She's like, "Oh, don't worry about it," right? So they mislead her out here, and they end up skipping class, and then they start explaining kind of like how, who all these people are at the school, who the big fish are. So
I thought this was gonna be the first trick on her because I hadn't seen this.
Yeah, me too. Initially,
it's about to go bad.
Yeah, they were messing with her, but then actually they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who remembers skipping out on class and just?
I couldn't, bro. My school was so small that if you skipped out on class, I mean, your parents were immediately called. It was too tight of a school. My graduating class was 300 kids.
Really? I think mine was 500, 600 senior year or something like that. It was big.
My wife's graduating class was 2,000, so she could skip out.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the schools in Long Beach. Each class is 2,000 strong.
Well, you went to Catholic school, so you would have burned in hell too if you left.
Oh no,
2,500 is what she says in the chat.
No,
Jesus.
Yes. 2,500. Oh
wow.
I'm sorry, honey.
I think mine was 150 or something like that.
Yeah, we had 85.
Would it Meatball say? I feel like Canadians take over everything because America is their big brother.
I like how I said my class is small, and then everybody else was like, my class was 185.
Yeah, mine was
I'm just amazed that but I know the school I went to. I mean, I'm not expecting that many. It is Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. I was in a small town before the Asians took over, so.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. The math Asians or the cool Asians?
The yellow Asians.
Oh, the yellow Asians.
The yellow Asians, yeah. I grew up in a predominantly white town, and then all the Asians came in as I was towards my final year of high school. Yeah. And then basically it became half Chinatown.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
At least the food was good.
Yeah, was it good?
Food was good. No? You don't like no?
I'm okay with Chinese food, but I don't live in that town anymore, so it was towards
this is why I keep her around. Oh, it was 800. I thought it was 600. 800 people are graduating. That's just pretty good size.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Whitey, could you skip out of school without anybody knowing?
There was a lot of school spirit, so whenever pep rallies happened and we wanted to just not go, I mean, we got away with it for a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
I think I only had 4 classes or 3 or 4 classes my senior year, so it didn't really matter. I went to school at like 7 something, and I got out at like 11:15 or 11:30.
Wait a minute. Lovely
Something like
Litical,
that.
Lovely Litical was going to school in Mayfair. Yeah, that's just down the street from Bosco. What's up,
Let's go.
Bosco, dude?
Now we're having a fucking Cali reunion here.
Yeah, we're totally.
This is why this show goes 3 hours. God damn.
And look at Janice. She's like, I went to Milliken, sis. Oh shit! I had no idea. Lovely Litical was just down the street from us.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Go y'all.
Might
Right
have
past each
met
other.
each other unintentionally
Yeah.
at one point.
We
Yeah.
might have.
When you had hair.
She probably recognizes me, bro.
I
Lovely
sailed
Litical.
past that state that
Yeah,
was
see?
in one time.
This was true. Every time I would dish, I would just wave, and she'd be like, "Where are you going now?" I'm like, "Don't worry, woman. You ain't married to me yet."
I ain't married. I'm too cool.
I'm too cool to be
I'm
in
too
school,
cool to
man.
answer. I'm too cool to
Yeah.
answer you.
Fucking- Oh God, I lost track now. God damn it, Vex, where are we? Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
Okay,
Vex,
so
get back on it.
They end up skipping
Oh, this
class,
is funny.
right?
Wait. But
Yeah.
the hell that
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
This is fucking, you're gonna get chlamydia.
and you'll die.
He spells it wrong on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, chlamydia. K.
Sorry, Vex. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's exactly what happens. He's just like he's over the
we got it
top
right
with
for
health
once.
feature, right?
Yeah, well, I like how he's like, don't have sex. You're going to have sex. You're going to get chlamydia. If you get chlamydia, you're going to die. Here's some rubbers. That's totally
Yeah.
like. That's
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
Contradicting
don't just pump
everything.
up rubbers out after.
Wait, this is the same coach who's, well, we'll find out later. But this,
Oh
This is kind
God, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
So yeah, they end up skipping
Okay.
class and like they're just like getting to know each other a little bit, and then
Regulation
She's telling you to wheel on, dude.
I know. That's why she stopped. I got it.
Yeah.
okay,
God-
so like
no,
who
she-
are and yeah, so they're describing all the cliques in the school and everything, and then they're like, and then there's the plastics because like they see the gym class come out, and there's all these girls here. It's just like, oh, who are the plastics? And they're
So,
just
yeah,
like, they're
so this is our
basically teen royalty.
exposition moment.
Yes. This is where we meet Regina.
We meet the plastics, yes.
Yeah.
So on the left here, or I guess the right, I don't know. Okay, the one with her stomach showing, who's on
Gretchen?
the phone. So that's
Gretchen.
Gretchen Wieners, and they're like, oh, she got famous because her dad allegedly invented the toaster strudel, and then
My dad, the inventor of the toaster strudel,
He wouldn't like to
would be
hear
very
that.
pleased.
Yeah, he wouldn't be very pleased.
and then the blonde that's just like across from her is Karen, and she's like just basically too dumb to essentially function, and she gets some like fun quips and stuff throughout the movie.
Mhm. She was good.
Okay,
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
there we go. Totally rich because her dad
There
invented
you
it.
go.
And then Regina George, who is like the queen of the plastics, she's super beautiful, considered super popular. All of the girls.
Fucking Christ. Somebody's going to jail.
To be
That is-
fair, aside from Lindsay Lohan, all the other people, all the other
Were-
like high school
were
cast
of
members are
age.
legal. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he could toaster strudel her face.
Technically,
Exactly,
yes. Yeah,
Okay,
okay. Okay, good. As long as we got that cleared up.
Yeah. Just
So
looking
yeah,
out for you,
all the-
Filipino.
Yeah.
All the guys like, you know, they like Regina George and think she's hot and all this stuff. So they're just I think Whitey took his life.
Oh,
again.
Eva.
Oh,
We got to play. Dun, dun, dun,
I hurt myself,
Myself
today.
today to see if I could feel. Who am I? God. Okay, yeah, so she called
yeah,
me.
they're
You
just
can
like
have
this-
it all. He's still gone.
So here we find out like Janice really, really dislikes Regina because back
yeah.
in 8th grade, which we'll find out a little bit later. So I guess everyone's seen this movie though at this point, but she's got a vendetta essentially against Regina because Regina spread this rumor that she was a lesbian back in 8th grade, and it basically socially destroyed Janice Ian's life. Right.
Right.
Keep going. Yeah, so now it cuts to like different students being asked like who's Regina George, and like she's apparently done car commercials in Japan. They say her hair is allegedly insured for like $10,000. She has a Lexus and all these designer handbags and everything. So Damien, who by the way is very obviously gay, I'd just like to point out. So
How could you?
He's too gay to function.
Yeah, he's too gay to function, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking. They see the sign for the spring fling, and she's like, "Oh, what's spring fling?" And she's like, "Oh, it's this dance that we have every year. She always wins." And then there was a joke here. I can't remember what the joke was here, but yeah, that's why
whatever it was, he outgayed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Here
that was
they're
the
in
map.
the map of
You wanna
all
go back
the people, right? So, because like when she
there you
first
go.
came on the first day of school, she didn't know where to
Fat
sit,
girls,
right?
Yeah.
band geeks,
Cheerleaders, plastics jocks, cool Asians. What is that? Nerds, JV jocks, preps. Yeah, that's about right for most high schools, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, sorry, Bex. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. So yeah,
Girls who don't eat.
those are the anorexics. Yeah.
Anorexics.
They're all sipping out of one Diet Coke.
Somebody want to do a check on fucking Whitey.
A wellness check.
Wellness check to make sure he's not.
I'll look him up in the local Tennessee news
tomorrow morning.
I'll just search Tennessee suicide and see if I catch his name.
Man made millionaire over excess eggs takes life.
Takes life, yeah. Cocaine bear.
Just swallow too many of them eggs.
Oh my god, dude! What is this guy talking about strudling people for?
He just wants to blow his load on girls.
Dude.
That's all. Like that's all.
Every time
Please
there's a
go
girl
fuck your
on
wife,
screen, he's talking
Filipino.
about frosting girls.
Let me frost you, baby. I'm gonna make you look like a cake topping.
That's a line from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Exactly.
Frost
that could be a movie we review down the road too. Did you see that? Her girl moment. She had a girl moment there. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a terrible movie. I know it's a terrible movie,
It's
but
a
I do
terrible
enjoy watching it still.
Everybody gets their
Guilty pleasure
terrible
movie.
movies and guilty pleasures. I have mine that I won't admit.
Debbie Does Dallas.
I would admit that one.
What's the one that you won't
Wait, you
admit?
can't
Hold
tell
on.
us what your guilty pleasure movie is?
Yeah.
Not until we get to it. We'll get to it later. I'm sure we
Okay.
will. It's a whole series. It's a whole series of
Oh,
films.
the whole series of films.
Okay, it's Fast and Furious series. I'll watch this.
That's not that bad. I mean,
That's
they're
not
terrible
bad.
Pleasure.
movies, but like that's a guy thing. I think most guys just guilty pleasure those
I don't
things.
know. They suck.
Yeah,
all
they do,
Suck. They
but,
suck
you know.
bad. I think I just
Well.
like Paul. I think I just like Paul Walker.
I think that's maybe.
You know, race car spelled backwards is race car, but race car sideways is how Paul Walker died.
Oh my god, dude! You know what nobody realizes about Paul Walker is he is a child lover actually.
What?
Because
Is he really?
the woman that he ended up, I don't remember if they were married or in a long-term relationship, but he ended up started dating her when she was 16 or 17 and he was like 32, 33 and they had a kid together.
What's up, AJ?
I'm not so sad about that race car sideways joke now.
What the is that?
I don't feel so bad about it.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the rumor that he was gonna say something about something and like bring out?
Who knows? Who knows,
don't
right? But I'm
fucking-
just
I
like
don't
when I
know.
looked into his because everyone was so upset when he passed away, and it was just one of those things that I found on his trivia. I was like, dude was diddling a kid. I don't know.
Come on.
You know?
Why can't we just
So-
have some heroes?
Yeah, I'm serious. She was very young when they got together. He was,
Who was
over
it?
double her age.
Was it an actress?
I can't remember. I don't know if she was an actress or not. Anyway, so they're walking through the hall.
back
Comes to the
yeah.
cafeteria, and as the voiceover is playing with everything, it's like, beware of the plastics. So she picks up her lunch tray and she's about to walk over, and then this guy who's a perv, Kevin is his name.
This would be
doing a
Meatball.
survey.
This is Filipino Meatball.
Totally. Can I frost you? What? You like frosting?
He's
Can
doing
I
a survey apparently, and he's like, "Is your muffin buttered?" And she doesn't know what this is because she hasn't been exposed to Western society. Now, allegedly, this was one of the jokes that would have made or break the R rating. The original joke was, "Is your cherry popped?" So they had to rewrite that to get the PG-13.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, oh no, Jason isn't named Jason.
I'm sorry,
So then Regina,
Filipino in the chat. Paul Walker shot a shot and then hit a tree.
Sure did.
So Regina's just like she notices this happening and all this, and she's like, Jason, why are you bothering this girl? Why are you such a skis and all this stuff? And meanwhile, like Gretchen's like upset over here because she's like, why didn't you call me? Because they like been, on the down low kind of together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scam this poor innocent girl right in front of okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no, you're good. It's okay. You can keep going.
Yeah, this is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so after Jason fucks off, essentially, Caddy's like, what the fuck just happened? And then Regina's like, hey, you're like the new girl. Come sit with us. And she's unsure because she's ready to go sit with Janice and Damien. And they're looking over at her like, why aren't you coming? What's going on? So she's like, hey, you're the new girl from Africa, aren't you? And tries to be like that, all that fake nice and all of that stuff.
So obvious.
Yeah. And she can't believe that like she was homeschooled her whole life, and that she's from Africa. Yeah, see, she's faking all. I really wish that YouTube wasn't such an asshole. We could play.
You could play it. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I feel like it ruins.
I think you can play it, but talk over it. I'm not too.
Can you? Are you sure?
Just a little bit, and you have to talk over it.
Oh, he's back from the dead.
Oh,
White Bear, you good, bro?
So could I show it in like 7 second drop?
I wouldn't play with it. I would just look it up later on for the next movie.
Yeah, because God forbid I do that and we get our whole stream fucking taken down.
I think it was Ricky. I think it was Ricky during our Freedom stream that said that you could play it. It's just you have to talk over it.
Oh, I did not know that.
I think so.
I will do research for the next movie then.
You can't play the whole video. I think you can play the 8. Yeah.
Like play the clip talk.
Yeah, I think someone tried that once and
they died.
Now they're in jail. Yeah.
They died.
They died like White Bear did. Welcome back, bro.
I return.
Yeah,
we all see the hesitation marks on your hands and on your arms.
Oh my God. There we go. Here's our famous saying, right?
Yeah. So Gretchen's like, oh my God, that's so fetch. And she's like, Gretchen, what is fetch? What is this fetch? And she's like, oh, it's slang from England. It's like, okay, whatever. And this is a running joke that comes out back throughout the movie as well.
This is a solid. That fetch is a solid. What you call it? A solid foundation for the joke to land later on.
Oh God, yeah.
The whole fetch thing, by the way, so fetch is not actually slang for anything. Tina Fey actually wrote that, like, she just made up a term randomly when she was writing the script because she didn't want the movie to feel outdated, like, down the line. So it was meant to be kind of iconic and stand the test of aging, right? Because most comedies that kind of do in specific eras tend to make jokes that don't carry well even 5 or 10 years later. So the fetch thing was incredibly intentional.
By the way, smash that like button like Meatball wants to smash the female characters in this movie.
The whole cast of this movie.
The whole cast, including
but
Tina
not
Fey.
Lindsay Lohan.
The legal cast.
No, the legal cast.
Legal
yeah.
cast
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that out of the way. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, we're good.
So Regina's like, oh, can we just have a private moment? And she's like, right? She starts whispering to them, and she's like, you know what? Like, you're cute. Like, why don't you come? You can have lunch with us from now on, right? And she's like, okay, what the fuck? Don't discount the male cast. Aaron Samuels was not that cute. Hot take. I'm sorry. I don't think he was that cute. Yeah.
My daughter, I think. Well, that's the kid in the math class, right? That she likes. Is that the
boyfriend?
Yeah, boyfriend. Right.
So yeah, she's like, we'll see you tomorrow. And they're like, oh, on Wednesdays we wear pink. So she needs to find
doesn't
a pink
look
shirt.
like Lizzie Kaplan to me. Sorry.
All I can think about when I see Lizzie Kaplan on screen now is you have fantastic tits. Now that she's done nudity, like she has fantastic tits.
She does.
I highly recommend finding pictures of those tits.
I actually liked her in Cloverfield.
Yeah,
she wasn't bad.
And Party Down.
She wasn't
Down
doing
was
much,
funny.
though. She was just screaming in Cloverfield.
So, with those boobs,
that's true. They jiggled a lot when she ran. So yeah, that's a good point.
And she screamed.
Yeah. Oh, I see where you're going. I
Yeah,
got
you see where I'm going?
I see
I
where you're
like my
going.
ladies frightened, you know?
Frightened and scared, jiggling boobs everywhere.
I like those boobs scared, if you know what I mean.
With the fear of God in those tits.
So they go, like, lunch happens and all this stuff, and they're in the bathroom after lunch, and like Janice and Damien are like figuring out like what the hell happened, and here Damien's actually chasing another, because this
my
girl
God.
notices, like, aren't you a guy? Why are you in here? He's like, oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work.
She's like a little. It looks exactly like Danny DeVito too. It's fucking perfect.
So this is where kind of the inciting incident for the rest of the film happens, in which they decide, like, oh, now that you have an in with the plastics, I can like enact my 8th grade revenge, and you can ruin George's life. And she's like, okay, I guess, because she's naive and she doesn't really know any better, right? And she ends up here asking Damien for a pink shirt as well and all that stuff. So
Is this? Oh yeah, this is where she meets her.
yeah. So she has she has math class, and she's just trying to pay attention. And this Aaron Samuels is sitting in front of her, and he turns around to ask for a pencil, and she just kind of dazes out. She's like, "Oh my God, he's so cute. How is this boy talking to me?" And she's kind of just like flabbergasted, right? And she goes on to how, like, the last time she had asked a boy out, it was when she was 10 years old, and she was like, "Oh, I like you," and he was like, "Get away from me."
I pretty much said, back off, woman.
Back off, woman.
Back off.
White girl.
I did not like the white girls.
Me too, Ocha. White girls, get out of here.
So she accidentally is like, in her head, she's thinking he's so cute, and she accidentally says it out loud, and everyone's like, "What? What?"
Whoops.
So now it's like the second day afterwards, and her parents check in, like, how was it? She was like, good. Like, she's not.
He's literally right. That is a literally correct
I think
answer.
Meatball just gets hard over this movie in general. Like, there's not, the women aside, he just loves this movie so much that he's just rock hard.
You know it, Dewey.
You know Dewey.
Lohan was about to get that chocolate bar. Oh, ego.
Tootsie Roll.
That Snickers with the extra large vein in it.
Yeah, the vein's gone.
No
now.
vein.
Oh yeah, they took
No
the veins
vein.
off Snickers though now.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
That's it.
No more vast deference for the Snickers bar.
Oh, this is where she comes in with the pink shirt on.
Yes, so now it's Wednesday, her 3rd day of school. She's having lunch with the plastics, and they're explaining, like, hey, like, there's a lot of rules if you want to be friends with us and have lunch with us and all this stuff. So aside from the pink shirt thing, they say, like, sweats are only on Thursdays. What were some of the other rules, actually? Sweats on Thursdays.
You can only wear a ponytail once a week.
Once a week, yeah.
You can only wear jeans on Friday or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
She broke 2 rules right here.
Right in one day, yeah.
Yeah.
But she didn't know any better, right? So they were pretty.
Yeah, but she still got judged on it.
understanding.
Like she said,
Yeah.
and it looks like you're already doing that about the ponytail.
Gretchen. She was funny.
She's not wearing enough flair.
That tip of the head, like, oh my God.
That's definitely the daughter of
this movie was a
Strudel.
little bit weird for me because my mom used to watch All My Children when I was younger, and actually quite a few members of this cast were on All My Children.
Oh,
So like Lacey Chabert was on there. The guy that plays Aaron Samuels was on there.
No shit.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Amanda Seyfried was on there for a brief period as well.
I know she's a big Hallmark channel actress now.
Her now,
Now
yeah. That's all she does, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know who that chick is. Rachel McAdams. What has she ever done after this?
She's trash. She I was saying this, but she could play a real bitch or the real sweet home, the girl next door.
Dude, she looks smoking hot. She looks smoking hot in Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, that was a great movie.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She was watching that actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a good movie, by the way. The first one was a good movie.
Second one had its moments
as well. She actually auditioned for Katie, and then Lindsay Lohan auditioned for Regina George. And what ended up happening is because Lindsay Lohan was up and coming, she was a hot commodity. This was going to be her first non-Disney film. So her agents were like, no, we don't want her to be cast in a mean role. And then unintentionally people see her as a mean girl. So they switched
role.
Yes,
they
I
switched
did just say
character.
my mom. What's What's
I
wrong
think
with
it's
the way I
I
say?
think he's making fun of the weight.
Oh,
Oh,
because I
you
say the British way.
You say
Mum.
it the British way. Mum.
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 My mum.
Gee,
My mum.
Jesus Christ, Meatball, just go jerk off or
Right?
Okay.
So yeah, and then Regina's explaining like how she's eating like foods with like the X amount of carbs, and this is where Katie kind of shows off like, hey, I'm a nerd, because they ask like, oh, how much fat is in this? And she's like, oh, you just make a comparative ratio and cross multiply to find what the missing factor is. And like her brain just kind of short circuits, and Regina's
Nerd.
like, fuck it, I'm getting cheese fries.
getting cheese fries.
I love that. I love that. She's like, fuck it, I'm getting cheese fries.
That's how you handle life.
Sex secretary.
So here Katie's explaining, like they ask her like, oh, so have you seen any boys that you like? And Katie's like, yeah, there's this boy in my math class, he's a senior. And they're like, who is it? She's like, Aaron Samuels. And they're like, oh, no, because it turns out that Aaron Samuels is Regina George's ex, and it's against the girl code to date a friend's ex, right?
The big no.
Yes. So Katie's kind of upset about
feminism.
She's like, you can't do that. That's just like the rules of feminism. Like
That's like the rules of feminism.
Exactly what that means, right?
So Katie's kind of disappointed about that, but like even though she's been told this, like she can't help it. Like this guy's in her class every day and she sees him he's right in front of her. So like she really can't help it, right?
Oh, this guy fucking cracked me.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
So it turns out she's
badass MC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she's
Suck it
very
in,
good
Steve.
at math because she's in 11th grade, but she's taking 12th grade calculus, right? So this guy's like, "Oh, you're the new girl. Like I'm part of I'm the captain of the North Shore Math Leagues team." What the hell is the point of a? I actually prefer unfrosted Pop-Tarts. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, sorry, Meatball, you're out, buddy.
I like the filling. That's why.
Nine Inch Nails has. Oh, because Meatball said his white bear going to go all Columbine.
Oh, look at Whitebeard's background. He's got the
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails
He's
with
got the
Nine Inch
9 Inch
Nails.
Nails.
album cover.
So he invites her to join the team, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know about it, but okay, I'll think about it." And he gives her her card, and it says, "Oh, I don't know if it will show up if you fast forward it to the right point, but it's like Kevin Kapoor, like MC or
It
rapper
says-
or something."
No, it says mathlete
There it
/
is.
badass MC. Badass MC. I love badass MC.
That is fucking great.
I didn't even catch it the first time.
That is fucking great. Math enthusiast.
Math
Badass MC.
enthusiast.
So now it's after school, and she's like watching the boy sports because like Aaron's out there playing, and Regina pulls up in her silver Lexus that everyone's talking about, and she's like, "Get in,
car.
loser! We're going shopping, right?"
Oh, by the way,
Mhm.
hold on a second. I had something for this.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
That's good. Actually, how many more of those do you have?
Oh, I got a few.
I got
Okay,
a few.
I mean, I got a few more. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Wait, why am I the girl from Africa? Hold up.
I mean, I'm just
Well,
saying.
no.
I don't know.
Someone's-
I mean,
Going-
Isn't that, like,
it's a little racist. I know.
we all thought that that's where you're kind of from.
I
I
mean,
have absolutely no pigmentation.
I had
so
it. I had it.
You were
I had to
just-
stick to the stereotypes, Vex. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
we just
Wait,
thought-
hold on. Copo
Listen.
wasn't there, was he?
Yeah, it was.
Was he-
That was-
Yeah, he was
that
in the car.
Gretchen.
He was sitting next. Yeah, he was Gretchen and White Bear.
Oh,
was,
okay. So where were you, Cannoli? I didn't.
oh,
see
I'm not
you
in
there.
this one. I'm not in this
Oh,
one.
it wouldn't put
No.
himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't
No.
want to put himself in there or anything.
No,
Driving the school bus.
think I'm racist.
Driving
I
the
was,
school bus.
I was driving on the special bus. the short
Short.
You
Yeah,
were
he's
the
the one
bus
with the-
driver later
I
on.
was the
There we
bus
go.
driver. Yeah. Like, hey kids, fuck off.
So yeah,
Yelling at
yeah.
them.
He's the girl who doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
have
just
so
very
many
emotional.
feelings.
Yeah,
have
I have so many feelings.
Oh
Nope.
god.
So
Point
they-
out that now that Vex has taken over, we're only 16 minutes deep in the movie and an hour into
I'm trying here.
I
I'm
fucking
really
love this
trying.
team. I love this team I put together so much. I really do. I'm not saying that. This is the greatest. Oh god, I love how We said last week it was 3 hours because it was the Patriots, a long movie. Vex killed it, by the way.
Yeah,
She killed it.
Great.
I said, this is an hour and a half movie. We'll probably get through it in 2 hours. We're 56 minutes into the fucking show and 17 minutes into the movie.
We might just start the show earlier, dude.
God.
Yeah.
Damn.
At this point, yeah.
Started at 6 and be over by.
Oh, we just click too well together. That's all.
Oh, we're just. It's because the chemistry is just so palpable.
It's just
great.
You know what? It's a cannoli connection.
Oh, God damn it!
It's so slow.
So many screens and so many buttons. God.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's right.
We got it. Though.
Keep your finger on that cannoli connection.
Yeah.
So she gets in the car, right? And they end up going back to Regina's place, right? If you want to. Come on.
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes.
Come on. Oh, no, not yet. Sorry. They go to the mall first because they need to, like, do girl things, right?
You notice her shirt? A little bit dramatic. A little bit dramatic.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
That's
I caught
good.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is where they're talking about the mathletes. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's social
got the-
Wait,
suicide.
did he say the methletes?
Yes.
Well, I mean, about how skinny they are, probably, but
That's because you were emo and God knows doing what, Whitey, in high school. Just Jesus Christ. The methletes?
mathletes.
I know. I'm just kidding you. Shit.
So
Bex is
this
like,
is
fuck
kinda-
off. Let's go.
This is kind of Katie's first time in an
Commentary.
actual mall, right? And she
Mhm.
compares it to like the watering hole that she would see animals at in Africa.
Right.
So she kind of imagines them, all these like teenagers and stuff, acting a little bit like animals, and they're tackling each other and everything. And
This
here
is
is
like-
where Gretchen sees Jason, the guy that she has a crush on, and he's with another girl, like hitting on her and stuff. So Regina's like, "Oh no, this can't happen. Give me your phone." So she takes the phone and she makes a call to Taylor's mom, which I don't know how she has that number, right?
That was fucking funny.
Right. And she's like, she pretends like, "Oh, I'm Karen from Planned Parenthood. Could you please get her to call us back? We have her test results ready." And her mom literally faints. And then in the next like 10 seconds, you see like Taylor just get like frantically answering the phone next to Jason. And she's like, Mom, calm down. Right.
That face. The mom's face is like, oh my God. Yeah. That's the face you don't want your mom to make.
Right. And Regina does this so that like Taylor won't be able to go out, which means like she can't see Jason. So now they go back to Regina's house, and this is her place. Like their house is really nice and all this stuff.
I know, right? She's like, your house is really nice. I know, right?
I know, right?
So in there we have like Regina's younger sister is like twerking to Milkshake or something in the living room. And this is her mom, played by Amy Poehler, right?
Mhm.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm a cool hip mom. Like you don't have to worry about anything, right?"
I don't know about anybody else, but I knew a mom just like this.
I knew a
I think
few
we all
moms.
did. Yeah.
What's up, Tyler the Redbeard? What's
I'm
up,
the
buddy?
cool
Thanks for
mom.
joining, buddy.
By the way, the scene back there at the mall was when I first recognized that this movie was actually okay. Like, it wasn't-
Really?
yeah, like before. I'd never seen this movie up until yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna really have to watch this crap, and it. So I get and that first scene right there where they're all acting like
Acting
they're
like
at the
animals.
watering hole.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I like that. That's an interesting shot, and everybody's actually playing and acting along, and the music, the score going on in the background with it just lines up when the person gets tackled right into the pool of water. I was like, that's cool. So
Mhm.
It got Whitey's seal of approval. Isn't that special?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
So yeah, she's like explaining how she's a cool mom, and they kind of zoom in. Like Katie can't take her eyes off her mom's tits because they're very obviously fake, and they have
She
like a
winces
little
when they
nipple.
hug.
Yeah, like she's
She's
got
like,
the
"Ow."
noticeably hard nipple and everything poking through her sweater.
her boobs are so hard.
Yeah, so like her mom gives her a hug, and she winces because there you go, rock hard, right? So they go up to
There's
Regina's
Filipino
room.
meatball on this one.
Thank you. I invited him. He said, no, I don't want to come.
No, I mean,
He just
where's his commentary on the big old hard boobs?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
This is
She's too
ridiculous.
old. That's it.
Hey, Herman, way to
Too
go
old.
buy this toupee. CVS. He did, actually.
How
Walt
dare you?
was-
How dare you? How dare
No,
you?
that's
was Walt-
he's taking off the bald cap.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
off the bald cap. This is my real.
That's his
Oh,
natural
head of
Here you go,
hair.
hair.
Thank you,
Copa.
Herman.
Filipino meal said the mom's too old, so he's not going to
Oh, okay,
comment on
well,
her boobs.
All right, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right.
So
I feel you
Katie's
like
like in
Everybody
disbelief
feels those
because
hard boobs.
Katie's in disbelief because
It will
she's like,
happen.
"Oh my god, this is her room," and Regina's like, "It was my parents, but I made them trade me and all this stuff." Right?
She has the master bedroom in this big ass mansion.
Mhm.
I kicked him out.
So here is where they do kind of like a bit of stereotypical like high school girl things. Like they turn on the radio and Regina's like, "Oh, like do you know this song?" She's like, "Oh, is it the Spice Girls?" And they're like, "Oh, she's so weird. She's like an alien." And so they stand in front of this mirror and they all start like checking their face and all this stuff. And they're like, "Oh, my hairline is weird. My nail beds are terrible. My pores are big." They just
hate my
start like
cat.
insulting themselves, right?
Yeah, and then they look at her like, "What? So what's what's your
What's wrong
problem
with you?
yourself? Yeah, hate on yourself. Why aren't you hating on yourself?"
Yeah, she's commenting and her like, apparently there could be it is very. I mean, I'm not a teenage girl. It was once, but not anymore. I literally sometimes just say things to see her reaction, and she never disappoints me.
How did you have a child? Transgender men
Um,
reproduce like that?
Yes. Yes. Oh, Grumpy. What's up, Grumpy? Yeah, I don't know what the hell you walked into either, but thanks for joining, buddy. Grumpy.
So
old baby.
they all look over at her while they're insulting each other, and like they're just waiting for her to say something. She's like, "Oh, I have really bad breath in the morning," and then Karen's just like, "Ew."
Ew. Oh, this is when she brings the drinks in. The
Yeah.
mom.
So the mom comes in and she's got margaritas, and Katie's like, "There's no alcohol in here, right?" She's like, "Oh no, honey, I'm not a bad mom, but if you want alcohol, just let me know. I'd rather you do it at the house." You know, like,
I knew moms like that.
I knew moms
yeah,
like
there
that.
you go.
Dude.
Right. I think we all we all
Mrs.
did.
Cannoli Sasquatch can relate to a lot of this mom in this movie. I'll just put it that way. Yeah. Besides her being a see you next Tuesday, she was very much like this.
Really?
Oh, hardcore.
Interesting.
That's a show for another day, though.
So you
Family
fast
trauma.
forward a bit.
Tell me about your childhood.
Tell me about your childhood. Oh, the dog's biting her nips.
Yeah, the dog
I
comes
can't
in and
even
starts-
tell.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I like it. Look at, she's like, oh God, stop it, stop. It feels
just
so
No,
Amy
good.
that's
Poehler
not
being
even what
Amy
she's
Poehler.
saying.
I know. That's my Come on.
That's my interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but she doesn't even recognize it. She's just like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god."
Mean
you
Girls
gotta keep me
has all
young.
this. Mean Girls has all this room for interpretation.
They're
I
not
am in the
really
dog hunt.
criticizing themselves. They're criticizing society that criticizes them.
Oh,
Big brain right there.
Big brain.
Oh, this is the book.
Yes, so one of them pull out his book, and it's the Burn book, and this
Fat
is also something
virgin.
else that will come.
Jesus Christ. Oh, like Meatball's like the burn book.
yes!
We got to that point, man. Yeah, I can jerk off, man. The burn book.
Turn the page, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Don Schweitzer. All right.
Don
Yeah.
Schweitzer is a fat virgin.
Fat version. And maybe let's see. Yeah. So there was a bunch of yeah. So this is where like she has an entry, right? Doesn't she have an entry in the book too?
Yeah, but she lies to her and says
Yeah.
she's not in the book, and then she's
Right, right.
pissed.
Mhm.
I think this was the only deep part of the movie.
Yeah.
Is her character is the mirror image of Regina, right?
Right.
She's a mean girl as well, just on the opposite spectrum.
Right.
Yeah,
So she's just as mean as Regina.
Just as
Yeah.
bad. Just looks different. That's all.
That's about as deep as I'm going to get tonight.
Look at you, man. Well, yeah. Well, she's
That
not
was
wearing
just
dark.
the tip, bro.
Yeah. You know about playing just the tip.
That's
Yes.
right. That's how I tricked.
That
Mrs.
you got in
Copa.
trouble with. Yeah. Then you got in trouble. Another joke they had to change. The making out with the hot dog was originally a frozen hot dog, and it was not making out.
it was masturbating with a hot dog.
Masturbating with a hot dog. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would. Do we want a rated R Mean Girls? Like, would we want to see
No.
that cut? I think this
No.
was
I
fun.
don't. It wouldn't have
It's
changed
perfect.
that much because from the looks of it, it was mainly just some of the jokes were a little bit too risque. That's
I
all.
think the jokes that they changed him to is actually
Were
funny.
better.
Like she
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
out with a hot dog
Yeah.
is hilarious.
The innuendos are much.
Yeah.
It's much funnier.
Let the
this way, yeah.
imagination do its thing.
Yeah, but I
Mhm.
just picture her truly making out with a
What the
hot
fuck,
dog.
man?
And that's
what
hilarious.
the fuck? Look at this. You got Meatball all excited because you're talking about hot dogs, and
He's like,
Aw.
and then
"Yes."
Tyler the Redbeard's like, man, you
You
nasty.
nasty.
You
nasty.
nasty.
You just
Meatball
nasty.
wants it X-rated. No, we know he wants an R-rated Mean Girls, but for different reasons. So anyway, we'll continue.
So yeah, they're talking about stuff at the mall, and Janice works at like this skincare boutique, and they run into oh god, what was Tina Fey's name again? Mrs. Norbury. There we go.
Norbury, yep.
They run into Mrs. Norbury, and like earlier on in the film, which Cannoli had skipped over, is like you can tell this woman is a mess because
God, I know, right? She's like, that asshole skipped over this.
No, the asshole skipped over the third part. Secondary.
Obviously, he wasn't popular in high school.
Because she was explaining to Tim Meadow, the principal, that she had gotten a divorce over the summer, and it's been a really rough year for her. And they run into her here because she's wearing like a new uniform, and it turns out like she's waitressing to supplement some of the costs of her divorce. So like she's really all over the place for the bulk of this movie.
I like how she was the one who lost in the divorce and has to pay alimony. That's like a first for women.
Right, I was gonna say.
Can you go back to that last?
With Oliver Flair?
She's making a joke because they're like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just shopping with my boyfriend." She points to this like geriatric old dude in the corner struggling to pick up stuff.
That is like the worst shot of her.
Like they land on this specific shot in her face.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't notice it, but from some angles, gosh, she looks like a Democrat. I mean, yeah, she looks old. I mean, look at this. This was in 2004.
It wouldn't be a show unless Whitey got political. God damn it!
Actually, speaking of, here's something you might like, Whitey. So there was a Mean Girls reunion that took place in 2020. Okay. It was like a 10-minute short. They all came together to help promote the 2020 election and encourage people to vote.
Oh, that's good. That's about right.
Yeah.
Vote Democrats specifically.
Yeah, I was about to say. Usually, when they say when they get together to come out to vote, that's for the Democrats.
Pearl Jam encouraged people to get out and vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
We should encourage Pearl Jam to get out of my face.
Take some advice from your song, Jeremy.
So Mrs. Norbury, Tina Fey's character, has some very dry humor, which you come across too, which is why I wish we could play this movie, because it's not the same as just describing the joke, in all honesty.
Oh, but you're doing so good though.
Yeah, we're 22 minutes deep now.
22 minutes and we have another hour and a half to go. We got plenty of time. It's cool. You know.
I'm just saying.
Can you describe it more?
I need to take my contact lenses out because my eyes are dry as fuck right now.
Okay, hey, you do that. And
things that we've all heard as a man.
Okay.
Yeah, let Wipe. You know what? That'd be good.
Yeah.
You take over.
Oh, bless
that, hon.
Bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart, baby girl. All right, so
Get
here,
your
we got
eyes
this
out.
Okay, we got Fruity McFruiterton over here. The guy with he's probably going to be transitioning later. Okay, so he's already been in the women's bathroom. We know what he's going to be doing later in life. All right, he's behind the counter. Why the fuck is he behind the counter? He's looking over at her tits, and he's like, I don't know if I even like tits. So then we got future lesbo right here, and she's like, oh my God, I hate you. But if she get in the secret club, okay. Oh, Steven. Bring that back.
No, you're good. Oh, you want me to pull it back up?
Yeah. Ha, okay. Okay.
Cope is just looking there pretty with his hair.
Yeah, I mean, every time the light hits it a little bit different, it's even better. All right, so future lesbo's over here. She's starting up this wonderful plan. She can get her in the plastics group, so that way she can get a hold of the burn book and whatever. And then you got.
She's trying to sabotage him.
Yeah, they're basically trying to.
She's coming up with the idea of sabotaging them.
And is this where she finds out that she likes her ex-boyfriend? She's like, "Oh, I'll totally talk to him for you." And
she's actually doing a 3-way call, which was a big thing.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, back then, children
didn't have cell phones.
That's another thing too. Is this came out right before touchscreen phones? Before that.
Right.
Yep. So the house phone was still very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, she's like, I can talk to him for you. Like, whatever. It's okay.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Yeah, and then she's starting to start shit here by, aren't you? Typical women gossip, right?
Yeah,
like,
aren't you mad? Aren't you mad?
Hey, what's up, Codenomics?
Shit. It's code.
Up,
yeah, but she's over here trying to start shit.
He goes, "This movie is so horrible." You don't want to make fetch. Not everybody wants to make fetch.
He doesn't think it's fetch. That's fine.
I think it's very.
This is the
fetch.
first three-way call to survive. Yeah, you're like, oh, there she is. Glass, there's the facts.
There we go.
Well, we're done with
Yeah.
the movie
I
now.
had to take the fishnets off. They were suffocating my tits, so I just need to be comfortable.
You gotta let
You
those
missed-
babies
You
breathe.
missed some very in-depth color analysis of.
White Bear was killing it, but yes,
White,
we were just
White
saying.
Bear got us through a whole minute.
A minute, yeah, one whole
Nice.
minute.
One whole minute.
Nice. I'm proud of you, Wade.
I do what I
Proud of
do.
you.
Do
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah, but they're is Lindsay
We-
Lohan's
so
trying to
we're past this
sabotage
part.
her. She's about to sabotage Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, and she's still getting she's getting wet over fucking homeboy over here in the math class. She's even pretending to not know math, right? So she could talk to him. She has an excuse
Yeah.
to talk to him, and him to her, and yeah, this is where they never mind. So yeah, so she's telling him about math equations and how to solve them, and she's like in her head, she's like, no, he's wrong. Like she's constantly saying he's wrong, but God, he's so
Yeah,
cute.
the mental
so
replies right
dreamy.
there. Every time he said an answer, she's like, wrong again.
Yeah, but she wants to do her own math equation with him, long form. I mean, am I wrong?
By the way, fun trivia casting fact:
Ooh.
Aaron Samuels. Tina Fey ended up choosing him because he looked a lot like a young Jimmy Fallon, and she thought that was funny.
There's nothing funny about Jimmy
It's not
Fallon.
there's nothing funny about that.
No,
Nothing
it's the
funny.
look. He looked like a young Jimmy
oh,
Fallon,
oh,
and that was what
oh.
was
He
funny.
looked like an idiot. Is
Yeah.
what you're telling me.
But Jenna had said it in the chat earlier, but James Franco was
sorry.
in the running for that role as well.
Why is James Franco? Well, I guess yeah, he kind of.
He was a bit of because he was coming off the Spider-Man stuff at this time.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
So he was
that's
still a bit of a hot commodity and all that stuff, and he was
Yeah,
he was
good
kind
point,
of a
good point.
heartthrob too for that reason. So it worked, right?
Yeah, and he wasn't banging little girls yet, so
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
That comes later.
Yeah, that comes like
Was
maybe
that before or
6
after?
months.
I was gonna say, was that before? What was the movie where he cut his arm off? 127 hours.
Yes.
127 hours.
That was obviously after this, right? That was way after this, wasn't it?
way after. It was like
But
maybe-
that was
like
around
10
that
years
time.
after
with the-
this.
yeah.
Wasn't that around the time the rumors were starting with him?
That was when he got busted when the Instagram stuff
That's right.
got posted.
What was the so I have no idea that this even went down. What?
Oh yeah, he was sending like a 14-year-old dick pics.
Yeah.
On Instagram. He was DMing her on Instagram dick pics, and she
You-
put
you-
it out there.
I like how when you said that, she took the sip from the cup, like that Kermit meme.
Oh, that
Yeah, she's like, It's just
but that's none of my business.
none of my business. No, Jimmy Fallon is not a compliment. Jimmy Fallon's fucking trash.
No, it wasn't a.
but
compliment. It was
I know
just-
what
yeah.
she meant though, because
Yeah.
he's like
No,
quirky, funny kind of.
He meant Jimmy Fallon isn't competent. That's what he meant
That
to say.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
Jimmy
well, he
Fallon
said-
looks like a tampon to me, in all honesty.
Jesus
so.
Christ!
Oh,
I told you that story. My dad knew his dad, right?
Yeah, they were both cops with each
Because they were
other, right?
cops. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're
So the dad
cops.
was a nice guy, but he's not a big Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, this is what Mrs. Cadoli says.
His dad wasn't a big Jimmy Fallon fan.
No, my dad.
Jimmy Fallon's
his
dad,
dad-
like, not a fan.
Fuck you,
I'm not
son.
a big fan of
You're a
this.
piece of shit.
He might have came out of my nuts, but I don't
Hey.
really care for him. You know?
Hey,
that
Theme
Jimmy
Park
Fallon kid?
Casual. What's
Theme
up,
Park.
buddy?
Hey,
This guy was just in
Yo.
Disney World, Disneyland
yeah, I
or
just
World
watched
the other day.
I just
Yeah.
watched him walking around Disneyland.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
He has a
Very
great
nice.
channel, man. Yeah, this is definitely going 3 hours. Sorry, Vex.
He hits up all the theme parks from my childhood, and I just watch and go, wow, I kind of remember that.
That was before it was Disney was shit, though. But yes, I do know what you're talking about.
Well, he was just at Knott's Berry Farm, and Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm is
jam,
fucking
dude.
incredible.
Yeah,
That was actually one of my favorite ones there.
yeah.
Not Disney, but that my dad knew a guy who knew something.
and he will probably agree. They have the best
True
churros.
code numbers. Oh,
Best
yes.
churros ever.
Why do those places always have good
don't know.
churros?
I don't know,
Why?
but you go to Knott's Berry Farm, the first thing that hits you is that smell of churros.
Is it because of
You
the
gotta go
like
find one.
they're close to the border and the people who make the churros are
Man, Knott's Berry Farm might as well be on the other side of the border where it's
100%.
located. But it's good churros, dude.
Grumpy goes, we're gonna be 4+ hours at this
Yeah.
rate. Listen.
Okay,
All right,
So
go.
enough
Super
churro
feedback.
talk.
Let's go.
Hey, look at that old projector in the background.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
It
So
was like,
there-
whoa.
okay, so there's a Halloween comes, right? And she goes through this thing where she says it's the one time a year where girls can dress slutty and not get called out by other girls, right? But she didn't
It's
get
over
the
here.
memo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's trying to do like regular, Halloween be
There
scary.
you go.
bull
This will
crap,
get Meatball excited here. What the
she's like,
female?
she's like, what are you supposed to be? I'm a mouse. Duh.
I'm a mouse. Duh. Look at my ears.
Yeah, duh. Oh yeah, see, Theme Park says definitely the best churros made fresh in front of you. Yeah, that's nice.
For sure.
That is nice. I gotta ask my dad when he gets back from getting cigarettes. Jesus Christ, Tyler. I'm sorry
Poor
about that,
Tyler.
man.
Yeah.
Poor Tyler.
He's not coming
Anyway.
back, bro.
Are churros actually made from Mexico, or are they Mexican Taco Bell? Like Taco Bell is Mexican.
Do not
Isn't-
eat Taco Bell churros.
Well, no, he's just saying like, is it
Oh, is it like
churros
Taco Bell
actually a
Mexican?
Mexican?
No. Who cares?
Who cares? They taste amazing.
They're amazing.
So good.
Eat the churro. Shut up.
Anyway, sluts on Halloween. Let's go.
That's typical girl behavior.
Yeah. Oh, see, she dresses what is this? The princess.
Wouldn't have been so
Bride?
bad without the damn teeth.
Well,
Yeah, she looks like those hillbilly kids from the beginning
yes.
with the Remington bolt action.
Hey, come on.
And
now.
those homosexuals.
Homosexuals.
Y'all be nice to them kids. Bless them.
No, they're nice.
Bless
I'd
their-
hang out with them more than anybody else.
Any of these
Yeah.
bitches. Yeah.
We could
Oh
just
my
get through
God.
this Halloween party for the most part until the end.
Yeah. It's just a lot of just Regina
We're just
setting her
building up to them. We're building up to Regina
Making out with
making
dude.
out with.
Hold
Yeah.
on. We can dive in a little bit here. Okay, first of all,
There's
Shit.
nothing here.
so
Well, it's just her setting her up basically to piss her
Right.
off. That's basically what it
yes,
is.
because now Regina knows that Katie has a crush on Aaron Samuels, and Katie thinks like, oh, it's a Halloween party, so you're supposed to dress scary, but the norm is for girls to actually dress slutty. So there was a joke in here, like Gretchen was like, "What are you dressed as?" to Karen. She's like, "Duh, a mouse," and she's just wearing lingerie and these stupid ears. In all honesty,
Yeah.
so at the party, like Regina starts like saying like, oh, like Katie writes your name in her book and all this stuff,
Mhm.
and she's like Mrs. Aaron Samuels, and here
Total
Katie
stalker.
instead thinks that Regina is talking to Aaron on her behalf to try and set them up, right? So like literally a couple seconds after this scene, you see Regina put her arm around Aaron's neck, and then they end up kissing. And this is where Katie starts to like here, like the camera kind of like zooms a little bit like in a turn, and she's like, oh my god, she's actually like a bitch. Like, I can't believe I actually thought that she would be a genuine friend to me. So she storms out of this party crying. Come on, bro.
And that's it's like the first time she even says like, it's the first time she's had those feelings. Like she didn't know what was going on. Kind of. She never really had. Oh yeah, there you go.
So yeah, she goes to Janice's place.
They're watching
right?
a scary movie in that.
And yeah, which
Wow.
is like the TV is placed right in front of the door too, which to
Vex
set
getting
it up a
called
little
out.
bit. Wanting to dive into the sluts, I'm not surprised. Meatball, I
sorry.
know you didn't learn how to just move those hips on your own. I'm sure there was a lot of practice involved.
Damn.
I heard Filipino meatball made out of a hot dog. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Great job there, Cannoli, on the timing button. Good, very good.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a connection there.
He was
Dude,
so ready for that.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm like
man.
fucking
Oh my
fucking
god.
comments.
You're on Italian fire.
Damn.
He's on fire.
It's a grease fire.
So Katie bursts through the door while they're watching this movie, and like they both jump up and they're fucking terrified because they're watching a scary movie, right? And then Katie's all crying upset, and she's like, she took him back. Like, I can't believe Regina took Aaron back. And then here's where Janice is like, let's go back to the plan. So there's 3 parts to the plan to try and sabotage Regina George. There was get rid of her boyfriend, lose her hotness, and then destroy her friendships, essentially, right? And this is where they start describing how they're going to do this. So yeah,
Army of
get
Skanks.
Army of Skanks as a friend, hot body is destroy your body, and then just Aaron Samuels for boyfriend. Okay,
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
there we go.
Yeah.
So the next day at school, like Katie's just like, now that the plan's in motion, like she's just gonna play it cool. And Gretchen comes up to her and she's like, Regina wanted me to tell you that like she was trying to hook you up with Aaron, but then Aaron realized that he wanted her back, and like she just hopes that you don't have any hard feelings. And Katie just like, puts on a fake smile. She's like, yeah, I totally understand. It's fine. so here we come to the lunch scene, and Regina's like, I really want to lose 3 pounds. I'm doing this, was it South Beach cranberry flush or something like that?
Yeah, he's like,
Mhm.
this is pure sugar.
Yeah. This is cranberry juice. It's cranberry cocktail. It's just all sugar. And she's like, doesn't matter. I want to lose 3 pounds. So she's just like kind of ignoring
Fuck
him
it, I'm
and
getting
sleeping
some
with him.
cheese fries.
And Katie comes up and she's like, oh God, like this is going to be hard to handle. And Regina just ignores her drink suddenly. And she starts like fiddling with Aaron's hair. And she's like, what do you think of his hair? Doesn't his hair look sexy pushed back, Katie? And she's like, yeah, your hair's sexy pushed back. Right?
Oh, this is what
and then she kind of like imagines like in the animal world, like you would tackle another female that was coming after your
Oh wait,
mate.
hold on a second.
This was good.
That's a
Yeah,
good
see-
one. That's a good one.
I like Mrs. Cannoli in the background.
Yeah, she's like, hey,
Hey,
Zach, stop it.
So,
Anyway.
so yeah, she imagines this, but then she's like, but this is girl world, like all the sneaking and revenge has to be sneaky, right? So she pops out of that daydream, and they're back in the bathroom now, and like Regina's like, oh my God, like I'm breaking out from this cranberry flush thing. And then Katie gets an idea. She's like, oh my God, I have this great cream that will clear up everything. So they go to Janice's workplace, and there's the foot cream that was like alluded to in an earlier scene when they run into Miss Norberry at the mall. So they replace this jar of facial cleanser with the foot cream. She gives it to the next day, and she's like, oh, okay, this is great. Like her boyfriend's going to be repulsed by this because she's got foot cream on her face. So Aaron comes and joins them there. And what are you doing, bro?
I'm trying to skip to that scene, where she kisses him. Doesn't he say like you smell like cinnamon or
Yeah, he's like,
taste
oh
like
my God,
cinnamon?
your face smells like peppermint. And then they start making out, right?
Sorry. Yeah.
So then they're thinking, okay, we'll try and like ruin her style.
Vex version is always the best version. That's all we got to say.
So while they're in gym class, like Janice sneaks into the room, and she's like, okay, I'm just going to snip holes in like the titty part of her shirt, and she'll look like an absolute fool. So in the changing room, like Regina puts on the shirt and she looks at it and she's like, oh, whatever, it works. And then because she's the popular girl, the next day, all the other girls in school come with the circles cut out and showing, their bras and everything, right? Mm-hmm. So like this plan is not working as well as we hope. We need to find a different way. So here they're in line to like send out candy canes to like and chocolates and stuff for Christmas. And they're talking about like if we crack Gretchen wieners, then we crack the code, because Gretchen is kind of the secret holder and the longtime friend. And then here's where they make it just like say crack again, crack. And Katie's explaining like how they invited her to come learn the dance to Jingle Bell Rock, and they're like, oh, they do that every single year, like it's the same dance and all this stuff. And here we also learn that Janice apparently is the one that came up with that dance back in the 8th grade when her and Regina were still friends.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to break up the conversation because Regina comes and like she's like, why were you talking to Janice Ian? And she's like, I have no idea. She just came up to me and started talking to me about crack. And she's like,
that was funny part. She's like, I don't know. She just came up to me out of nowhere and started talking to me about crack.
little did we know she'd be doing it herself, like 2 years
right.
That's
so
yeah.
this is where Katie learns about how the whole like what happened between Regina and Janice, because Janice just said the thing about the rumor, but she didn't reveal anything else. So she's like, back in 8th grade, like Janice and I were a lot of friends, and she was like weirdly attached to me. She would always follow me around and make sure to see where I was. And then she says, like, I invited her to a pool party one day, and I felt really uncomfortable because girls were going to be there in their bikinis and stuff. And I was pretty sure she was in love with me. And this is where the rumor started, where Janice was supposedly a lesbian, and none of the girls wanted to be at the party, right? So this is how the beef all started.
Is someone at a train station? Why am I hearing?
Yeah, I
bells
hear
in the background?
I hear a bowl.
Somebody at a train station.
I thought I heard-
All aboard. No.
So here a girl walks past and she's wearing a skirt and she's like, oh my God, that skirt is so cute. Where did you get it? She's like, oh, it was my mom's. And Regina's like, oh, retro, very nice. And she turns back to Katie. She's like, that is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen. And then Katie looks at her bracelet because that was one of the conversation starters they had when they were introduced. Regina looked at her bracelet and was like, oh my God, that's so great. Where did you get it? Right. And then Katie's just like, oh, it's like that clicks in her head and she just tries to dismiss it so she can keep appearing to be friendly. She's like, oh, are you going to send any candy canes? She's like, no, I don't send them. I just get them. Right. I could act out this whole movie if I really wanted to.
That's what Codenomics is saying, basically. Yeah,
I'm trying not to talk so we can actually catch up to the time.
Yeah. All right, here, I'll go ahead a little bit.
Okay, so they decide to send 3 candy canes to kind of try and crack Gretchen Wieners, right? So Katie buys a candy cane for Katie, for Karen, and for someone else, right? And here's where Damien he's dressed as, Santa. He's like, oh, who's gonna, Katie, oh, here you go, Katie. He's like, Glen Coco, is there a Glen Coco here? To give him the fucking candy
Glen Coco
cane.
got 4. Just
right.
saying. You go, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
Right. Glen Coco is actually the name of a friend of Tina Fey's, so that was just like a fun little add in there.
It's a hilarious name. That guy's
it is
in real life as Glen
It
Coco.
is.
That's great.
So there's notes attached to the candy canes, and Katie says, like, thanks for being such a great friend. Love, Regina. And Gretchen's like, oh, where's mine? And before she can even ask, like, the Santa's like, a none for Gretchen Wieners, and leaves the room. So now it's the night of the Christmas like talent show, right? And they're all getting ready. Why is Cannoli's camera off, by the way?
I think he just wants to skip through the movie without stopping. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I was guessing.
Okay, all right.
Or maybe he hopped on that train at the train station.
Oh,
I'm back from the train station. I had to go take a break for a second. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, it's the night of the talent show now, and like Gretchen is starting to really like the cracks are starting to show because she's starting to feel this fake pressure that the other that Katie's been creating between the girls, right?
Oh, this part's hilarious. See, this is what I'm talking about with Tim Meadows. He's just such a comedic talent.
A dry sense of humor, right?
Yeah, let me hear you make some noise. And he's smiling, and then it was just too much noise. The 2 seconds of noise was too much for him.
Yeah.
Settle down.
So they're all getting ready backstage. Like she's like, why would Regina send you guys candy canes and not me? And I think like Katie starts to egg her on. Like I have no idea. And she's like, oh well, maybe she's having a hard time because her parents don't sleep in the same bed. So here's where the secrets start pouring out. But like Katie's just really waiting for one that she can really use to execute the rest of the plan. So here Damien decides to sing Beautiful by Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, that's fucking.
And someone tries to throw something.
What does he get?
They hit him with a shoe.
A shoe or
a shoe?
something? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he throws it back at the guy in the front row.
Right.
Yeah. That was good.
And here's the other, like,
to be honest,
like,
I would have been the one who threw the shoe at him.
Oh, I could totally see with that hair too.
Like I'm the only one that knows about her nose job. Maybe that's why she's upset and all this stuff.
She keeps on saying,
There you go.
Please don't tell her I told you that. You know?
This
So
fucking
here-
guy, dude.
Badass
Oh,
MC.
this fucking MC's got nothing on me.
So fun fact.
Principal Tim Meadows cuts it off short.
Fun fact here too. He actually had to get coached on rapping by Tina Fey.
No kidding.
And Amy
Yeah.
Poehler.
And Amy Poehler. So he actually struggled quite a bit to do the rapping, which is pretty funny.
That is hilarious.
So yeah, he's going hard in this, and they have to cut him down because he's talking about like, oh, she's screaming, oh, Kevin G, and then he's like, oh no, we
KG
can't,
and the
we can't do
power of 3.
right. So now like the girls are getting ready. And then like Regina's making a last minute change. She's like, oh, well, when there were 3 of us, the tallest go in the middle, but now there's 4 and I need you to go on the outside so it looks even. And like, but she's like, oh, but I'm always on your left. And then she's like, no, just get over there. I'm not doing this right now. So they rearrange the setup and they start doing the dance. And like Katie's parents are there in the thing too. Because like, again, they've never seen their daughter do this kind of thing. So nobody expects these outfits, first of all.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, Katie's parents don't expect it. And they start doing a very sexualized dance to Jingle Bell Rock, right? And at one point, because they switched the lineup, Gretchen accidentally kicks the radio and it starts stuttering. So she goes to try and fix it. She ends up kicking the radio into Jason's face in the front of the audience.
That was pretty fucking funny. Look at this guy's face, like, what?
So it's like they start just like singing. Like Katie just decides to start singing it on her own, and they just
I would
continue.
have thrown
the
my
dance.
other shoe at them.
Me too. Me too.
And the wig.
And
Right.
the wig. Yeah, my hair. I would've-
My hair's not worth it.
That's how I got bald. Is I took it off and threw it at
The
somebody.
talent show took place on Thanksgiving Day. Thank you, Jenna.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice.
She's got all this stuff too. Dang.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
this is
It's on
one
it.
of her favorites. And then we're coming back.
So,
We're doing this, and then we're coming back and doing Predator. Is like my wife's like.
did you just see
all-time.
what Filipino typed in the chat?
Yo, what?
Oh my god. Am I even allowed to put that on the chat?
No,
Let's
don't
not,
even
let's
risk
not.
it.
No.
Don't even risk it.
Okay.
So after the talent show,
I don't know
now-
what you're talking about. Can you put it up?
No!
No.
Sick bastard. Hey, what's up, Joker voice?
Oh, yo.
Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch had a suggestion here that we start at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 8 Eastern from now on. So we could get the.
I'm fine with
whatever.
that.
I actually don't care.
We're never going to get
Um,
through a 2-hour movie in 2 hours.
No.
And this
You
is
think-
an hour and a half movie.
So when we ever do like Shawshank or Godfather, it's going to be like a 7.5 hour show.
Godfather would have to be split up in 2.
Oh,
then
by the
Godfather
way-
Part 2 would have to be split up in 4.
So we do like if we ever do like Lord of the Rings or something like that, you realize it's going to be like 2 weeks, like 4 consecutive weeks. Like you said, yeah, it would have to be 4 different shows just for the
would
first movie.
love-
Oh yeah, well, you know,
I
we
would
could
love
always
to
split
do
it up,
Lord of the
actually.
Rings.
Me
Oh
too.
my God.
Mr. John Douglas said he wanted to come on our show for that.
Oh, he can guest, yeah, for sure. That would be
Vex is
all
like,
over.
God damn it, 4 or 5 hours.
No way, you just do 2-hour shows, and then whenever we're done for like that span of time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That'd
and then
be
we
really
just carry it
cool.
over to the next week. That's it.
That's a
Yeah,
good
it would
point.
It would just be 2 hours and be like, all right, we're out for.
We had talked about moving
3
the
or
show
4.
back a couple of times, and then we were juggling with that, and they said, no, there's going to be a time soon in another month and a half where the
Mhm.
time's going to change for the daylight savings. So it's going to be an hour later in the East Coast then coming up soon. So
We should change it
could,
then because
we could technically go back to, we could put it at 6 my time, and then it would be like 9. So it'd be basically the same, almost the same time.
I think
that's up to you.
the 3 of us is going to get jacked up on that time.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, let's continue with the movie. We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll do that. Go.
Behind the scenes, yeah. So afterwards, like they're all happy that it went well, even though the music went out, and Regina goes to kiss Aaron because he's back there. And like Kevin Kapoor comes by and says, like, hey, white girl, like Africa, you did your thing out there. And like they're like, oh my God, Katie, you're blushing. You totally love him. All right. And Jasmine's like, oh my God, this is so fetch. And then Regina just snaps on her. And she's like,
the best part of
not
the
gonna
movie.
make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. So now the next day at school, like they're
This is good.
apparently writing like speeches or like something articles about Julius Caesar, and like Gretchen loses. She's like, why is Caesar so great? Why does he get to control everyone? And this is finally where they get their golden goose. So now it fast forwards to the bathroom, and Katie's in there trying to, dude, you gotta be quicker with these fast.
Try it.
So
God.
they're in the bathroom now, and Gretchen's like crying and breaking down. She's like, if you really knew how mean she was, like you wouldn't even be friends with her. Like one year I got these really great white gold hoops and I love them, but then she told me that I had to give them back because white hoops were her thing. And then she goes on to say like, oh, like she's not even faithful to Aaron. Like every week she's hooking up with another football player, Shane Oman, in the projection room in the auditorium. And Kay's like, bam, this is great. We can use this now to try and get Aaron out of her thing, right? So it shows them like making out in here. Now they're just like, okay, we got to figure out how to get Aaron Samuels in that projection room to uncover it. So the first time, like he goes in, like Regina goes to hide, and then he walks in on just Shane Oman in his underwear, and he's just like, "Oh, okay, dude, you do your thing," and he walks away. Then the
He's like,
next time he goes in
He's
there,
still
like
looking.
Damien steals Katie's purse to run up there, So he's just like, go get him. And then they find the coach making out with one of the students up there.
What was the girl's name again?
Grandpa.
Trampak, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
This is so now they're back at like her house, and she's like, we got like this isn't working. We need to find anything else. And Damien's digging around the cupboards, and he's like, what are Caltine bars? And she's like, oh, they're these bars my mom used to give to the African children to help them gain weight. And they're like, oh, we can get rid of her hot body if we convince her this is something. So she's like, there's these bars that my mom eats when she's trying to drop 10 pounds. And she's making up all this bullshit about how it makes you bloat up and retain water. And then you drop 10 pounds immediately. And the labels are all in Swedish. And she's just like, oh, it has stuff that's not legal here. That's why you can't find it in the United States. So what is it? Oh, yeah. So now fast forward. And this is now where they kind of make the full visual transition or stylish transition for Katie, where she becomes like full plastic almost. And Gretchen's still being kind of shifted out of things by Regina without Regina really noticing it. So yeah, she's talking about like how like, oh, it's great being plastic because everyone pays attention.
There's
to you.
cannoli right there.
Fonz.
What a meatball.
And like people are now noticing like, hey, like that Katie girl is really hot. Like she might be hotter than Regina George and all this stuff. Yeah, they're walking down the hallway and she trips and falls into a trash can because they're so into looking so good and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this part doesn't fit with the rest of the movie, and I suspect that it was shot for the trailer.
That actually
there was
makes
no
sense.
other scenes like this. Yeah,
This was in the trailer too.
Yeah,
This scene was in the trailer.
I think this was specifically shot for the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Herman, that's the way it's gonna be. All right, so yeah, this is where she's. Yeah, she's. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, please.
No, I was gonna say this is the part where you like she's saying that she's. Is this the part where she was like basically? She's saying she still doesn't like Regina, but she's actually starting to become like her more and more now, though.
Exactly.
She's around her. She's taking on her personality more and more. Yeah, and she's ignoring her friend, and you know.
Yeah, exactly. And like it seems like she's playing along with things, but you know, she's becoming a bitch herself now. Mm-hmm. So now like Janice is like, hey, like I have this art show coming up. It would be really great if you could come. Like I really want you to be there because they're all like best friends, right? And she's like, sure, I'll be there or whatever. So now like Katie's starting to just be kind of a dumb stereotypical girl trying to like get Aaron to talk to her and, you know, in some way, and it ends up that Aaron's really bad at math.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, she's like, I'm going to have to fail.
Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, like I'm going to like, pretend to be dumb. And she's like, oh, I think I need a tutor. And he's like, oh, I'll tutor you. So he's like, oh, but will Regina mind? She's like, no, we're friends. It'll be fine. So they end up going, he comes to her house or she goes to his house. I don't know. And she, in her head, like over the commentary, it's like he's doing the math all wrong. He's got the equation because she actually knows what she's doing. She's just pretending to be stupid. Mm-hmm. And then like the chemistry kind of takes off and they end up kissing. And Aaron's like, oh, hold on. No. You're Regina's friend. Like we can't be doing this. And you fell into a trash can. That would be the only thing people would. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In the real life, that's true.
I actually vomited on my principal in high school.
Okay, I can see that happening.
That's what I was remembered for in high school.
What the hell are you doing?
So
it smelled like curry.
9th grade. Okay, 9th grade.
Oh, early on, freshman, right? Yeah.
It was my birthday, and my friends and I thought it'd be a great idea because my mom was out of town and my dad was working. So we're like, let's go back to my house. I know there's tons of alcohol there.
Oh,
let's get drunk, okay?
Troublemaker.
So we go back to my house. We get like 4 of us get drunk and all this stuff. And for some fucking reason, we decide, oh, we got to go back to school for 5th period. Otherwise, we're going to get in trouble. So 5 of us go back completely wasted. I'm sitting there in health class. The teacher knows I'm drunk, sends me to the principal's office. I vomit all over his shoes.
Oh, nice.
And then my dad comes and picks me up. And the entire way back home, my dad's just laughing his ass off.
He's like, oh, that's pretty goddamn funny. That's pretty good.
Did he know you drank?
Oh no, because the principal told them everything, and I was clearly like, you could smell the booze on me because I had vomited it all up as well,
Or
right?
you
Like,
can smell the booze on your principal, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was
right,
gonna say.
and like I'd thrown up all over my clothes, so they gave me like a gym, like one of the gym shirts to change into. So like it was very
Oh, yeah.
clearly obvious that I was drunk.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome.
That's a great story.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
something to tell
I
your
have
children
lots of
someday.
them.
Oh,
yes,
I
yes.
can imagine. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. So she ends up spilling that, oh, like, why do you like Regina so much? She's cheating on you. So now they finally got Aaron Samuels out of the picture, and they're trying to console Regina now that they broke up. And Regina's like, I can't believe you broke up with me. I was half a virgin when I met him.
Half a virgin.
Half a virgin.
What is half a virgin? Like,
Just
so
the
Karen's
tip.
like, let's go to Taco Bell. And she's like, I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet.
All-carb
God,
diet.
Karen, you're so
All
stupid.
carb, all carb diet.
She's trying to
Yeah.
lose 3 pounds and and she's the anti
Trying to lose, she's like doing the anti-diet
Well,
Right,
throughout the whole
right.
movie. Like, she's eating cheese fries. She's eating these
Because
bars.
Katie's convinced her that she can eat all of this shit, right, and still lose weight.
Well, she was drinking cranberry
juice,
mixer.
all sugar.
Yeah. So now they storm out, and Gretchen goes to like console her, and like Katie's like, "Oh, Karen, you're not stupid." She's like, "No, I am. Like, I think I have ESPN or something." She's like, "What do you mean?" And Karen's like, "I can tell. My boobs can tell when it's raining." And Katie's like, "What?" He's like my boobs can tell when it's raining.
As
Yeah.
it's raining.
Like
Yeah.
what?
It's
Yeah.
like, didn't you say like something like a 30% chance that it's raining when
at
it's
the end of the
raining?
movie?
At the
Yeah.
end, it's actually
Right, yeah.
pouring. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay.
She's like, oh, like you really are stupid, but she's trying to be nice. So now that like Aaron Samuels broke up with Regina, she thought like, oh, like he's gonna come directly to me, and that doesn't happen. She's like, what the fuck? Because Regina has moved on. She's hooking up with Shane Oman, like out in the open now.
Mhm.
So it's like, why?
God, she's watching them.
She walks in. She's like, do you guys need anything? Water, soda, condoms? God, I love you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So they're now back at the table, and they're, looking at the ballots for the Spring Fling King and Queen and all that stuff. And they end up manipulating the ballots a little bit, I think, here, right? Because
Yeah. The guy's he's writing in his own,
to try and like get Regina, like to make sure that Regina doesn't get it. So now they're over the
Right.
announcements. They announce who all the nominees are, and like Regina George, of course. Then was like Gretchen Wieners and Janice Ian's on there too, and that ended up being a prank from Damien's side.
Yeah.
And then Katie's also nominated for Spring Fling Queen.
that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. So now they're like preparing, and it turns out like Regina had put on this dress like on hold for this thing, and now she can't fit into the dress because she's eating all those Caltine bars that are making her gain weight, and she doesn't realize that, right?
It's all your water weight.
Right. This girl is so stupid, my goodness.
Yeah.
But once the water's all gone, then you'll be all muscle.
All muscle. Yeah.
So yeah, now the hot body is gone since she can't wear the dress she wants anymore. And now because she's been pretending to be stupid this whole time, she's now failing her 12th grade calculus class.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher and like Miss Norbury is like, you don't have to dumb yourself down for guys, right? Like that's not how it works.
Trust
And like
me.
in her head, she's like, how would you know? Because you're divorced. And then it's like almost like Miss Norbury's reading her mind. She's like, I know. How would I know? Like I'm divorced. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'm working 2 jobs, but trust me, like guys don't like dumb girls like that.
Yeah, every still we land on Tina Fey is not a flattering one.
Just unflattering altogether.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bastard.
So now they're back at Regina's place, and they're talking, and she's like, it's like she's pushing me all the time to do this, and then like Dresden's like, oh, like a drug pusher. It's like probably she says that she works 2 jobs to pay for her divorce.
Put it in the book.
Yeah, put it in the book. So now she's like in the voiceover background, it goes to the next day, and she's like, she's totally into her appearance and all this stuff, and she's not being like the nice girl she was at the beginning. So Janice calls her, like was reminding her of the art show in that previous scene in the classroom, and she's like, no, I actually can't make it because my parents got me tickets to do this thing in Madison. So now it's like Katie's at home and she gets a call from Regina, and like they're just like talking, and Regina's fucking eating
all
There's a lot
carb
of donuts
diet.
in here.
Yeah,
By the way,
what is-
that's the
what
third
is-
time we've seen donuts.
What does that mean, Copa? What's the reference with donuts supposed to mean? They like holes?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, sweet
she's half-
holes.
well, she's a half virgin, so she has a half
life.
half a
Half a
donut.
hole.
She has half a donut.
Oh God!
Good Lord.
Not the
Good
cream-filled
Lord.
ones either.
No, none of them were strudeled yet. So
It's toasted. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. Like she's getting acne all over her face.
So yeah, Regina's trying to like, she's talking down about like all the nominations. Is like, how could Gretchen get nominated? Like she's not even that pretty and all this stuff. So like basically this whole conversation on the phone is just manipulation, essentially. I'm not gonna go through it. In all
No,
honesty.
we
No?
can go through it. We can get through this. No,
Do you want to go through it, Copa?
oh, there isn't an important part in the middle of the scene.
Not really. This is all
Aw,
just
man.
manipulation from all
What's
fronts.
the- what part are you
go,
talking?
go.
She's eating bread. Look, she.
Basically, everything.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was snacking on like a croissant, or no,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, just pulls out a whole
baguette.
loaf of a whole
She's eating the
bread.
baguette.
So now the next day at school, like the girls sit down and it's Monday, and they're like, Regina, like you're wearing sweats. Like Monday, you can't wear sweats at all. And like she's just like, oh,
Oh,
who cares?
yeah.
Like I made up those rules. And then
pull the
Karen gets upset. She's like, but you've used that against me before. And she's like, oh, I can't actually fit into anything other than sweats.
Yeah.
So they snap at her and just like, no, you can't sit with us. Like that's it. So
Look
Regina
at
storms off.
what's on her tray though. She's got like Doritos, a Coke,
Bagels,
bagels,
muffin,
Jesus.
got the sweet a Coca-Cola, and you know.
Is she trying to
everything
Hold
is-
on,
make
I gotta
weight?
let you guys take over for a moment. Sorry, continue.
Okay.
Oh, excuse
she-
me.
Is she trying to take? Is she? Trying to
R2
make
can go for a donut right now. Yeah,
weight? Well, all right.
you have that awesome place down. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Donuts are good. I haven't had a good donut in a long time. Anyway,
Yeah, earlier
Oh,
I
it-
forgot to mention like where they had a table where they had 4 girls sharing a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
mhm,
Yeah.
at the beginning, yeah,
Yeah.
the anorexic table.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where she gets called a fat ass, right? Because she
Yeah.
drops her. She
Watch
bumps
it,
into
fat
things.
ass.
Watch it, fat ass. So this is where she starts to realize that she's becoming the queen bee, as she says it, right? Because they're following her now.
Yeah.
She's like their new leader. Yeah, see. And then she tries to get out of going to Madison. What the fuck were they going to see? Some African like music thing
Yeah.
or something. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah. Mom's
get-
starting to not recognize her anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
the mom right there? Didn't she play on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. That's
Possibly.
Why can't I think of her name?
Oh God, yeah.
She
There is a,
doesn't matter.
Anna
Yeah.
Gasteyer.
Oh yeah.
yeah, she was yeah, so they're just basically flirting with each other. So the parents leave, and like 2 seconds later, the party van drops, like they pull up with the girls, and they're like, oh yeah. What does she say? She wants to order potato chips and like snacks for like 80 people. They're like, yeah, that should be a good number. And there's like 300 people in the house.
Oh yeah. What I like about this scene though is the fact that it didn't go the typical high school movie route where everybody trashes the place.
Right.
Like it doesn't get trashed at all. It was a nice little
They did leave the fertility vase.
they were passing it around, but then
Yeah.
they put it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't trash the place, which was cool.
I mean, look at the difference in her look from the beginning to now, right? She's just totally turned into a full plastic. Whoa, I thought that said was Aaron blowing me for a second. I was like, wait, what?
By the
That's
way,
Aaron blowing me.
I don't know if
Sorry.
any girls in the stream were in high school or anything during this era, but I remember this dress, like the year after this movie came out, there were variations of this same dress in like every store up here in Canada.
No shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like this like movie was kind of like a style, like it started a trend.
Set a
'cause even
trend.
the skirts started to look like some of the skirts they wore in here. Same, like even the I'm Dramatic shirts and all that stuff. Like this movie was a trendsetter for sure.
Interesting. I can see that actually. Certain movies, especially one
I
like
love
this,
the style of the girls in this movie.
as
I love
popular as it was. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is where she takes homeboy into the bedroom and basically throws up on him, right?
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
he gets vexed.
Yeah, and she's like basically,
Vex.
yeah, Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's a cute little
I
picture.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And he basically figures her out. She's like, "Oh, you're just another Regina," calls her out basically, and she throws up on him. Just what every guy wants to do in a woman's bedroom is get thrown up on.
Yeah. Hot barfy balls. Everybody loves it.
Nice. It's good. It's good for you. We can kind of skip through that. And then Regina, of
He's
course,
went from
catches
suck
him.
to blow.
So yeah, he's got puke all over him and running out. And then this is where, God, what the fuck is her name again? Catches her. Her friend with the art show.
Janice.
Janice. Yeah, she basically
Catholic?
basically calls her a liar and a bitch and a plastic and a fake and
And he's like, I can't stop. I
yeah,
can't stop this
he just keeps driving.
car. 1 a.m. curfew. It's 1:10.
Yeah,
But this is where what you call it? Katie calls her out for exactly who she is too, which is she's a mean girl as well.
Yeah,
So
she's no better.
Everybody's truth is kind of coming out in this scene.
It's deep, man.
Yeah, it's real deep.
It's fucking real hip. It's real. That gets me right here.
You could write essays for days on this scene alone.
Actually, I love this scene. I absolutely love this scene. This is, I think, the best scene in the entire movie.
No, it is. Everything hinges on this one.
Yeah, you missed the Vex puking on somebody. She puked on her high school principal. It was great. It's a great story. Great
Times.
Just leave it at Vex pukes on people. Yes.
Yeah.
I actually did puke on a friend as well.
See,
the
she
next
does puke on
following
people.
year.
She pukes on
This is all
multiple
true.
people.
That was even worse though, because that was on his face.
On his face? Was he laying down?
Yeah. Okay. So, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. He's like, yeah, so.
All right.
Did you
Quick,
puke
wanna-
quick side story.
face?
So, do you guys know
She
what
puked his
poppers
face
are?
off.
off?
Better with what is?
Do you know what a popper is? You probably
Yes.
have a different name for it, but it's where you
No,
mix
no, no.
tobacco
Popper's
and
the
marijuana.
Oh no. A popper here in my parts was VCR cleaner.
Oh,
that you
okay.
snorted.
Okay,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
For us, what we call the popper when you mix weed and tobacco together in the bong piece and you smoke that, right? So I
Okay.
had never drank and hit poppers before. So I hit these 2 poppers and I had some straight vodka and I was starting to really trip fucking balls. And I was sitting on
Obviously.
the edge of my friend's bed and my other friend was lying down getting a fucking back massage for some reason. And like
You fucking Canadians, man.
fucking
I don't
part-
get fucking
like,
Canadians. What kind of
happened
parties
up
do you
there?
guys have?
Jesus Christ.
I just
Pull out the
I was-
maple syrup, eh?
Party, guys.
I was
Tell me about your
hallucinating
childhood.
something, and I
Hey, you
just
guys
ended
want
up
to get
vomiting.
rip shit and fucking massage?
Want to massage our
brother?
backs,
I'll throw it
man?
on your face.
Let's really go.
Thanks.
Let's get crossfaded and massage each other,
Let's
dude.
massage each other's backs, man.
I just his head was next to my lap, and I just
Oh,
turned and
oh.
vomited on his
now
face.
okay. Now that's interesting.
Wait, this isn't the principal we're talking about, right?
No, it's someone else. It was Trang Pak massaging him
It
too.
was Tramp Pack.
Tramp pack. Oh my god, that was fucking gold. That's a short right there. I'll tell you that much. Massages in Canada parties while you're fucked up. I got it.
Hey,
It wasn't a
congratulations, though.
party.
We have
It was
reached
like
1
8 of
hour.
us getting drunk and high together. So
It's like a mini. I guess you're right.
a get
Mm.
together. I was
Mini
a high school
get-together?
dropout as well. By the way, I dropped out of high school for a year.
We're just learning so much about our Vex here tonight. God,
What a
It
rebel.
really brings it back.
yeah. Bring something back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the she gets the piece of art that she got her a piece of art, right? And she's
No, the art contest that she was at, that was the painting that won a
that's right.
prize.
That's right.
And like before she drives away, she's like, "Here, take this. It won a prize." And it's a portrait of all 3 of them together, and she starts crying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the part where Regina finds out from her boyfriend that the candy bars are make you gain weight, right? Because she's like, for wrestling or whatever, the coach would give us these, and we would gain weight like crazy, and that part was fucking hilarious. In fact,
Mother.
I mean, that was pretty good, Cope. I like how you just the dull expression on your face, just watching her flip out.
That's
You know.
exactly what face I would make if that happened.
Oh wait, there's more. There's more.
the nastiest skank bitch I've ever met.
That was good.
Why did you do the full clip and then it's a picture of me in the book?
So we don't talk about these things, all right? I only have so many skills on Pinata Farms.
That's
We only
good.
have
I like
access
that
to so
one.
many things. That was a good one, though.
And that's
Yeah.
the Twisty McFisty coming.
So
up
now
right
we don't
there.
have to show the whole scene because
Yeah,
we
we
just saw
don't.
it.
We don't.
No.
See? Yeah. See, that was vexing. Oh, this fucking guy was cracking me up on this scene.
Oh yeah, this was his major part of the movie.
This was fucking great. He's got a cast on his arm. But he's had that. But there's just, yeah,
Yeah.
she's playing victim, right? She's like, oh my God, there's only 3 girls in the book that aren't, 3 girls that aren't in the book.
Mhm.
And then this is where they get called to the this fucking guy, dude. He had me rolling. This is the
The
guy I
health
laughed
coach.
out loud. Yeah, the health
Yeah.
coach had me dying in this. Anyway.
Yeah, this is where he tries to spell chlamydia, right?
KL.
KL.
K-L.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all go to the principal's office and they're just like, look, we found this book. Like, we know you guys are involved with it because your names aren't in here. And they're just like, they're all trying to play defensive. Like, we didn't write it. Like, Regina's trying to make it look like we did. But we didn't actually. I think my cat just locked himself in the bathroom. Sorry. Bear with me.
What the fuck? Cat has thumbs.
What in
Fucking Copa's like, what just happened? Remember that movie Cat's Eye with Stephen King?
You mean cat
That's-
people?
Oh, it's Cat's Eye, isn't it? Wasn't it Cat Eye
Well,
or
it's a
Cat's
cat.
Eye?
Yeah, Cat's Eye.
I think Cat's Eye. Not
Cat's
Cat
Eye?
People. Yeah.
There's cat people.
That's a Stephen King movie?
No,
There's Pet Cemetery.
I remember that.
I would love if we reviewed Pet Cemetery, by the way,
Oh
the
my
original
God.
one, not the.
Scared the
original
shit
one,
out of
not
me.
the
Did you
new
see
one.
that?
no, the Cat's Eye, Stephen King.
Yeah, the Cat's Eye.
I'm looking
That's
at it
old
right
school.
now.
It's old school for old people.
Was that when he got sober? Because he sucked when he got sober.
He did suck when he
He
got
used
sober.
to
You're
work.
right.
You know what? I like when the cocaine was doing the writing.
Yeah, just like
was
my
the best.
musicians. I like when they're high.
Yeah, when you're high, you're on point.
It's the only time I like the Beatles is when they were fucking on acid trips.
How do you think I
I
made
swear,
it this far?
Beatles, half of Beatles catalog is just them going, you want to fuck around and just make a song, see if they'll buy it?
Yeah,
Oh, they
Oh,
bought
so
it.
you guys also think the Beatles are overrated?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Okay,
their
good,
early
good.
stuff is, and then their late stuff got to me got better because they were high as
yeah.
fuck.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, anyways, go ahead,
So yeah,
Sam.
while the girls are in the principal's office, like Regina's made photocopies of stuff and she's just throwing it all
Cool.
over the school because she wants to literally start chaos. Like she just wants to, she's what Michael Caine was saying in The Dark Knight, like some men just want to see the world burn, right?
Jesus.
So
Thanks for deep on that one. She pulled out a Dark Knight reference. Holy shit. Wow.
so that all the class, the bell rings and all these girls come out of class and they see the shit and then basically all hell breaks loose. Like
We
all
could
these
kinda-
girls start
we could
accusing
skip
each
through
other
this,
and
yeah.
fighting in the hallway over the stuff that's in here. Miss Norberry picks up the thing that says like, "Oh, she's a drug pusher," apparently. And while the girls are in the principal's office, like, Mom,
fucking
can you
guy.
pick me up? I'm scared.
I'm scared.
So,
This is great.
Soulless Ginger, of course.
the
Yeah.
secretary comes in, like that's the secretary on the right there, right, in the blue
Mhm.
shirt and the white skirt. She goes back into the principal's office and you're like, the girls have gone wild.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
I think that's the only dated reference that just some of us would
Yes.
get.
Because the girl's gone wild. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So the principal goes out. He's like, "Oh my god, what the hell is happening here?" He sees two of these girls fighting, and like the coaches try to split them up.
Yeah.
Coach-
Stay away from the
Coach Carson,
underage
take your hands
girls.
up.
Right.
Yeah, get away from the underage.
Dude, this fucking guy, this
Yeah.
made me laugh my ass off. He's
Right.
like, hell, I did not leave the South Side for this. He just smashes the fucking, oh my God.
So yeah, he's just like, I'm done with this shit. Like, let's put the fire alarm. So they all go to the gymnasium to talk about this, right? And like Katie's like, have you ever walked past a group of people and thought they were talking about you? And
This fucking guy.
not a girl, which tells them anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he's talking about like how like we
Took
kind
the
of
shirt
need
off.
to figure this out.
Yeah, I feel like that's this is a reference to all those principal movies in the 80s where
The 80s, yeah.
where they wore wife beaters and held bats and they were going to beat the
Yeah,
shit
when I
out
saw
of
him
the
pull out
student
the bat,
body.
I was like, whoa, what kind of what's this movie about to turn into?
There was a movie like with John Belushi or Jim Belushi called The Principal, and then there was one with Louis Gossett Jr.
Williams.
Well, there was the one with Morgan Freeman too, right? Lean on Me.
Lean on Me.
Yeah.
There was one with Edward James Olmos.
Oh, Stand and Deliver.
Stand and Deliver.
Great movie. Yeah.
How can I teach these kids?
Yeah,
how do I reach these kids?
My fit is using his fingers and his yeah. That was a good movie.
No, it was. I think that was one of the first ones out of that.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
I can't help but have got a heavy flow and a wet side for sure.
This is another joke that was risky for the PG-13 rating, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I pushed it a little bit, huh?
Yeah. So like the principal's like, I can't do this, Miss Norbury. You're a classy woman. Please stay. She's like, I am. And she's like, yeah, please help these girls. So now through this, she's like, okay, we need to find a healthy way for you guys to express yourselves. So she ends up getting them to write notes that they read out to people that they've wronged, right? So you can skip ahead a bit here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that part. That was funny. This is just
Oh yeah. So yeah, there we go. They're talking about things, and
this is where she's like Regina, she's disappointed in her because she won't. Or Katie, sorry, she calls Katie out, but she's like, I'm disappointed because she wouldn't say what she did wrong. There you go. This is your part.
Yeah. So they're all reading out stuff. Damien, you can see Damien. He's a head taller than everyone there.
Yeah. No,
What does the blue mean, Copa? What does the blue hoodie mean?
Yeah, what is the blue hoodie supposed to mean, Copa?
Oh, the blue hoodie means later on he's just going to claim that he's a woman and that you have to accept him in any kind of bathroom and
any kind of bathroom.
Which is ironic because 10 years after this movie came out, he came out as gay.
Right. Well,
only 10 years after?
Wow.
Exactly 10 years on the dot.
Oh, like we didn't know already.
He said that this movie helped him come to terms with his sexuality. Actually.
It only took him an extra 10 years.
Yeah, we all knew, dude. He's one of those people where it's like he comes out and we're like, yeah. And he's like, well, aren't you going to be ecstatic or shocked? No.
Janice says blue hoodie means pre-trans.
Yeah.
Pre-trans. That's what I'm talking about.
That's so transphobic. Oh, my God.
I'm not afraid.
Oh, Codenomics, you're trying to tell us? Listen, I'll accept you however you are, man. I just want you to know that.
We accept you no matter what you got going down in the genital region.
Yeah.
If
you want,
whatever bathroom you use, dude.
I got you, man.
Yeah,
we're good.
So yeah, they're saying things and like Karen makes an apology too about outing. Oh, I guess we kind of skipped. Yeah.
Oh,
so
sorry.
There's this one girl comes out. She's like, "Wish we could all go back to how things used to be in middle school where we are happy." And he's like, she doesn't even go here.
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school? And she's like, "No, I just have a lot of feelings."
How did she even make it? How'd she even make it to this moment?
The girl intuition. It's like the cannoli connection, but for women.
God damn it.
Well, okay. School security was not as good back then.
No.
If
no,
you
it wasn't.
Remember,
No.
we just had big double doors wide open half the time. So
yeah, dude, I remember sneaking into Mrs. Copa's school all the time to come pick her up and shit. Oh,
wait, did you have to dress up like a girl and shit?
Yeah, I was in a blue hoodie, so they had to let me in.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's true.
Oh, you're okay. Come on in.
Oh, you're in a blue hoodie? Yeah, use the women's restroom. Change the women's locker.
Stubble, ma'am.
I like Gretchen.
Ma'am. Yes.
She's like, I can't help it.
It is ma'am.
It's ma'am.
Ma'am.
Oh yeah, I can't help it that
Did
I'm
not catch
popular. I remember that.
Yeah, she's like, everybody wants to be like me. Yeah, she just jumps. Oh god. Yeah, then Regina, Katie just like, fuck you, I'm going to the back. I don't want to do this shit.
She gets scared. So here Janice decides to like, fuck it, I'm taking over, right? So she gets on the stage and she's like, and Regina makes a quip like, oh look, it's her jumping into a crowd full of girls. Her dream come true. And she's like, fuck this. Like, I have a friend that was new this year, who we decided would be fun to try and ruin Regina George's life. So we made this, and this. And then Janice is like, I don't know why I did this. Like, I don't know what was going on. It's probably because I have a big lesbian crush on you. And she does it like, yeah, and then jumps into the crowd. And everyone starts cheering like, Janet. So Regina gets angry. She storms out. Katie's like, oh, fuck, I got to go after her. So she's just like, Regina, I'm sorry. She's like, like, fuck you. Like, people like you're a homeschooled jungle freak. Like people think you're just a less hot version of me.
Cool jungle freak.
So she's
Wow.
so Regina's like slowly stepping forward towards Katie as she's saying this, and then a bus comes and hits her.
Wrong one. Sorry.
Take that fake apology and shove it right up your hairy.
And that's how Regina.
Why am I both a Bob and Regina in that
I
one?
don't know. Listen, like I said, Pinata Farms was having
The
some fucked up
similarities are
issues.
stunning.
But it's just, I mean, she is your mom, so you know, you
Yeah,
kind of look
So
alike,
it runs
right?
in the family.
Yeah, it's just same genes.
All those people look alike.
So yeah,
Wow.
there's a
And that is
joke
how
in the
Regina
voice.
died.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, just kidding." So it turns out like Regina like broke her spine or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's got to put like the thing. So at dinner time, like her mom's really upset because her mom believes that like what everyone else was saying at school is that she pushed Regina in front of the bus when that's really not what happened. And she's like, you should believe me because like I'm your daughter. And then like the mom storms out and the dad's like, no, your mom doesn't hate you. It's okay. She's just kind of scared of you right now with all these changes. And the dad ends up grounding her here because he finds out that she's also failing math. So
What is it again? Oh, that's right. Grounded.
So you're grounded.
Yeah.
Grounded.
Dr. Yanni Tor. Did anyone watch
she's
Scrubs?
getting that
sitting
gas.
behind Farty
She's
McFarty.
getting that gas.
Oh yeah, and look at that look. He's like, yeah,
like,
I'm gonna do
yeah.
it.
I had
That's
some
what I'm
freedom.
meatloaf. I had some meatloaf last night. It's coming out now.
Making brownies,
Oh God! Stop!
little peanuts.
He's turtle heading.
Oh God,
That one was moist.
this poor box.
Never trust a fart. Okay.
So yeah, nobody likes her now anymore. Like everyone's skeptical.
Look,
Now
everybody's
she's-
just looking right at
Those
her.
Yeah,
Asian
she's back
people are
at-
like,
Even
yeah,
the
back at
ginger
square
back there.
one.
Look at that ginger. She
Yeah.
looks pissed. She's taking
you
so.
cunt.
Oh, all those smart Asian kids.
Oh, blue walls, Copa. Blue walls. What does
Oh,
it
the
mean?
blue walls.
She's starting
This
to transition, isn't she?
this is
Back
a
to who
moment.
she was.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, boy. You know what they call that? Yeah. I got it.
Dude.
That was good. That was
Thank you.
good.
We're doing better.
So yeah, she's unpopular again, and now like because like they find out that the coach was in fact sleeping with students, so now the cops are called to see if the drug situation with Miss Norberry is the same. So they're asking if Miss Norberry had ever sold them like drugs of any kind here, and Katie's like, "Holy shit! Like this is ridiculous! Like this needs to stop." So she takes the blame for it and says like, "I wrote it."
Mhm.
So she decides here to go through a bit of like a redemption phase where she's like, I need to just forgive everyone I feel I've wronged. I need to get the poison out of my life and make this whole situation right. So she goes and apologizes to Regina. She goes back to being a good student. You can see even her style, she tones it down. Now she
Mhm.
just looks like an average girl.
For the blue
Um,
shirt. Ah. White bear comes back. He's like, oh yeah, hold
I had to
on.
come back
yes.
just for that one.
Right. He goes away again. All right, fine.
Oh.
So she's in calculus again, and like now she's back to doing good. And like she apologizes to Miss Norberry here, like I didn't mean for that to happen. And she's like, it's fine, I accept your apology, but now I know how you can make up this failing grade. So she gets her to join the mathletes. Then we have a little bit of a montage of everyone getting ready for spring fling.
Oh, I love this. She
Oh,
puts on the
my
K
God.
backwards.
He's got Celine Dion posters in the back. Mariah Carey, Madonna.
That makes
oh, my
sense.
Madonna, yep.
Yeah.
And Pink is playing in the background to this whole thing too.
Mhm.
So while everyone's getting dolled up, she's just getting ready to go to the mathletes, right? So they go there, and like all these guys on the other team are like, "Oh, there's a hot redhead on the other team," right? So they start.
Wait, what was
yeah.
it?
God, poor
She's-
Tina Fey and all these stills.
Yeah, she's
dude.
like
Yeah.
one eye.
She
It
is
looks like she's,
lost
She's
in
not a
this.
drug dealer at all, kids.
she's having a,
Look at
a Pfizer vaccine stroke.
Oh, gosh.
Get that eye up, girl. Bless her heart.
So
Bless her
here,
heart.
Katie kind of has like a little bit of like a revelation here because she's like, it doesn't matter if I make fun of this girl that on the other team or anything. Like at the end of the day, like it won't change. Like that she's smarter than me, right? So she
Mhm.
realizes there's no worth in really judging people by their cover, like what she was doing when she was a plastic. So her mom comes in, she's like, "Where's our daughter?" And he's like, "Oh, she went out, but she's like, she's grounded." He's like, "Are they not allowed to go out if they're grounded?"
Yeah, that was fucking great. Oh god. Yeah, this is the
So the parents think that she went to the spring fling, so they go there. And here it's like, oh, like I'm gonna vote for Regina George because she got hit. I'm gonna vote for Katie Herring because she pushed her because that rumor is still floating about. Regina's got the spinal thing on to keep her straight. Her mom's in the background trying to
just
snap
trying
a
to take
photo
the
too.
pictures.
Yeah. So you can fast forward through this. They end up winning the math competition.
In their blue shirts.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah, see?
He's getting quick
Sometimes it
now.
hits.
Yeah.
Sometimes it hits.
I'm fucking on it now. Whoa, I've heard that before. I get excited. What can I say? Anyway.
Pretty mature connection right there, buddy.
Oh,
Are
on
all
your
three of
face.
us? Are all three of us wearing blue shirts as well?
No,
No.
Oh,
Mine's
no.
gray.
mine's
That's
black,
great.
like mine.
That it looks blue.
It looks blue from here.
It's gray. It's gray. It's like a washed out gray.
But she's blue, technically.
Oh yeah, that's right. She is blue. What about you,
Mhm.
White Bear? Other than being sad and morose.
Emo, yeah.
I have
Wearing
blue
black.
eyes.
His emotions are
Oh.
blue, you know?
Oh, he is blue.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's so dark. He's just dark.
He's so mysterious. and dark.
Mysterious. Oh, we're gonna get past this
Whoa!
part.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? Yeah, there you go. When we do Dark Knight, he's gonna dress up as the Joker, I hope.
Oh, he has
Yeah,
to.
I got that.
I was gonna dress up for the Joker as that one. But-
Whatever. We
I
can
mean,
both smile.
look
I
at him.
was
He,
going to dress as the
I
Joker.
I'll be Alfred.
You're the only one.
I'll be Alfred.
3
You'll be
Jokers and
the-
an Alfred.
That's gonna be the RRR version.
Some people just want.
There
to
we
see
go.
the
There
dead,
we go.
man.
So yeah, they're announcing like the spring fling queen and king. Shane Omen wins, and then Katie ends up winning. So she goes up to the stage and she makes this whole speech about like, why are we so upset about this? And the principal's coming. He's like, it's really not required for you
Yeah.
to make a speech.
He's like, you don't need to make a
You
speech.
really don't have to do this.
You really
Yeah.
don't have to make a speech.
Please,
And he
just
keeps
stop.
coming to interject too. He's like, really, most people just take the crown and leave. Like, so she's just like, oh, every girl is beautiful. Every girl deserves to be treated like a queen. So she breaks the crown and she throws it to all the nominees and everyone in the crowd, to kind of just show that she's no longer
Look
this
at these
mean girl.
faces.
Oh yeah, her breaking the crown. That's Damien's. He audibly gasps in this.
Okay,
silent
how
auditorium.
many pieces is she able to break that crown into?
Too many.
Okay?
Too many.
It's
to
like
make
this little
sense.
tiny little plastic crown, and she must have been going, hold on, let me get my mortar and pestle out here. Playing getting it right in their eyes.
This girl right here wish it was a candy bar. Instead of
Dang.
Dude.
With the
That's
vein.
horrible.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
horrible.
The one with
Hold
the
on.
vein.
No, it is. Yeah. Oh, he's gone.
Canceled himself.
He's out. I'm surprised he identified her as a girl.
Oh goodness.
Well-
So now she's done her speech, and then she goes down into the crowd and she finds Janice there, and she's like, are we still fighting? And Janice is like, are you still an asshole? She's like, no. So they make up. They're friends again now. Aaron comes up because he's a senior, so he's presenting one of the prizes, and Janice and Damien come and swipe the Waffle
The
House gift cards
Waffle
or
House.
whatever. And here they finally like kiss, and they're together now, right? Yeah, Mrs. Norbury and him are starting to get together. They try to just like, oh, everyone else is kissing, so we should try. So they
Oh.
kiss, and they're disgusted with each
No,
other.
they're like, no. I'll hit you, Puerto
Like, Kevin-
Rican.
yeah. Oh yeah, because he says earlier, like, Katie, I heard you're interested in me, but I only date women of color.
Right.
He's like, what are you, Puerto Rican? She's like, Lebanese. Like, nice.
Nice.
I dig that.
I dig that. Aw, look how adorable.
So now there's just a nice transition. So it turns out like all the girls find their thing because the plastics break up. So Regina ends up joining the lacrosse team, and like none of the girls are afraid of her there, and this is a good way for her to channel her anger.
Become a human, yeah.
There we go. Karen becomes the weather reporter for the school, and she's like, in this scene, she's like grabbing her boob, and she's like, "There's a 30% chance it's already raining," while she's
Yeah.
soaked and everything. Gretchen ends up joining the cool Asians, and she knows Chinese now and all this stuff. And then like Karen gets absorbed into this friend group, but the other two kind of go and do their own thing. And they're just like, girl world is at peace, and like these are the new junior plastics now. I think they're what they make the sequel off of, which like was just tanked altogether.
Wait, there was a sequel?
Yeah, it wasn't written by Tina Fey at all.
Oh God.
They had the rights, so they made it, and it went straight to video.
I can see what. Oh, and that's the end of the movie.
And that's
All
the
right,
end of the movie.
all right. See you guys later.
2 hours and 15 minutes later.
I have some trivia if we want to close that out that way.
Of course, Jax. I can't leave without your trivia, so please do.
Okay, so the budget for this movie was $17 million. The domestic take home was $86 million. Internationally, it made a total of $130 million.
Holy shit.
It came out on Friday, April 30th in 2004. It was number 1 on the week of release. It was competing with Man of Fire and 13 Going on 30.
Wow.
Man of Fire was legit.
It was. It was.
God,
Honestly, 13 Going on 30 was pretty legit too. But anyways.
Okay.
You see Copa's face. He's like, what?
Yeah, I saw Big. I didn't need to see 13 Going on 30.
But then
isn't that with who is that with?
Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer Gardner. It was just a gender swap Big, right?
Pretty much,
basically.
Yeah. But without as much kiddishness, because I think in Big
there wasn't any of that.
Childish.
Oh, I'm accidentally a kitty diddler in this.
Jesus
movie?
Yeah, not as obvious. Yeah. So this was only number 1 for the week it came out. It was knocked off the number 1 by guess what movie? Just take a wild guess.
In 2004.
Yeah.
What the hell, Copa?
So Batman Begins?
No.
No, that was
Batman Begins was 2005.
Okay.
What the hell was in 2004?
It was Van Helsing.
That hit number 1?
Shit.
That knocked it off the number 1, and it actually made 2.5 times more on the opening weekend compared to
Wow.
Well, that makes sense, but
Yeah.
I didn't even know it hit number 1 though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This movie was also critically panned on release. It only in the subsequent years did it become like a cult classic and regain a lot of that fame.
It's definitely everybody that we brought it up to on Twitter. They were.
It's a popular movie.
Oh, it's a big cult classic.
I didn't want to see it because it was teen movie and all that, but whatever. Van Helsing.
It's not another teen movie though.
No.
You see what I did there?
That's a kid.
Yeah.
Not another teen movie is actually a guilty pleasure movie for me. I enjoy that movie.
I like that movie.
It's not good, but so I mean I went through most of the trivia throughout the film, but I have some casting stuff. So like I went over the Lindsay Lohan was supposed to be Regina.
No.
This was Amanda Seyfried's first film role. For the role of Karen Smith, Scarlett Johansson and Ashley Tisdale also auditioned for the role.
Okay. I guess I can kind of see that.
Lacey Chabert was the first and only choice for Gretchen Wieners.
No kidding.
Okay.
Really?
And allegedly, Mary Elizabeth Winstead read for a role, but she walked away because her mom felt the script was too raunchy.
That's my girl.
That's
my girl right there.
And your girl is a homewrecker?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I don't care what she did.
I don't care.
Right.
I love her.
I don't care.
Ramona Flowers, really got you going.
Oh yeah, Ramona.
And
I'd punch a hole in the moon for her.
Jesus Christ! You punch her hole in her moon.
Why a fisting joke?
What are you talking about?
Who said it had to be the whole fist? You guys and your fists.
Yeah, what is the whole obsession with? God, you see her face? Like Whitey's like, what?
Okay, and last piece of casting trivia: Evan Rachel Wood turned down a role in this movie in order to do Pretty Persuasion, which had a similar plot,
but not as popular.
Yeah,
gotcha. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Wookiee got it on the ball there. The Chris Evans banana split was totally the reason why I was watching that movie.
Like you and most women, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I watched it. But hey, we won't go there. Who doesn't like a good banana? Never mind. All right then. X is like, huh? Oh wait, hold on. Jana has. Speaking of fist, the girl who played Karen can actually. Oh yeah, she can
Yeah,
put her
she
whole
tries
fist
to.
in her
very
mouth.
true.
Yeah.
I could put my whole fist in my mouth. I would frost that entire cast. Meatball said,
One of them
We know.
17, bro.
"Dude, just now she's a crackhead. Well, she was. I don't know what she's
No,
doing.
now she converted to Islam. She married a Saudi Arabian over the summer, like this past summer. She stopped all the
Congratulations.
drugs. Yeah, she's cleaned up her life, and now she's actually like actively getting. She's got some upcoming roles actually.
Interesting.
So she's making a comeback again. I know
Cool.
she
I'm
made a
totally
comeback
not going to
once
watch
before.
any of it.
Hey, but you know what? Like Meatball says, Islam on her face. God. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. One more piece
Yeah,
of
go ahead, go
trivia. So Tina Fey confessed in 2014 that she regrets not writing a sequel for this movie. That is
Oh,
her
she
one
would have
regret.
made a killing off as a sequel, especially if
Yeah.
she waited a little while. Yeah.
I'm glad she didn't, though. I think this movie is great on its own.
It's good. It doesn't need a
sequel.
sequel. What do you want to
Yeah.
make a sequel on?
Yeah, I
It would
guess
just
you
be a
gotta-
whole bunch
They
of
would
different
just
girls,
include-
right?
They would just include all kinds of.
The
new
only
friends.
way you can make a sequel is if you made it like around now because the tech is different and stuff like that. And now
Yeah,
you
then
can
everyone,
deal.
one of the girls would be a trans man.
It would be all
Only
inclusion heavy.
trans man, and you couldn't say the
See,
word retard
right now
anymore.
is the perfect time for people to do like retro movies. Like, oh, what if it was in the 80s? Because then they could avoid a lot of subjects that they don't want to get in trouble for not including.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But even
someone
then-
should just. I think someone should just go punk rock and just say F it.
What so if we had to give ratings for this movie, Vex, start with you. What do you give this movie? How many is there a golden shower in this movie or no?
I give this. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. In all honesty.
Wow.
Wow.
pretty
Just
strong.
because I resonate a lot with this movie. This is how when I was in high school. This is how girls did act. This is even still how girls act now. They're very catty. They're very calculated. Like you take the style out of the equation. Like even the way that they poke holes at how they look. Like girls still at my age do that, right? So
That's true.
this is like a really good reflection of what female like friend culture or just female culture is like in general.
I can understand that. I guess that really doesn't change much, right? Over time.
Mhm.
The evil girl would be white. Oh, we know that. We know that.
Oh yeah. Duh.
White Bear, since this is your first time seeing this, how many emos does this movie get?
Let's see. I'm gonna have to agree with Wookie.
How many
right
hesitation marks does it get?
there. Don't worry. I pulled up my sleeves. We're all good. With this filter, you guys can't even see the cocaine at all. It's like I'm so white.
No,
and
you're so good.
It works
You're
so
so fine. You're
good.
fine.
Okay. I'd probably, but I'm gonna agree with Wookie. About 7.5 fetches.
It's a solid score.
Yeah, it's a total fetch. So I didn't think I was gonna like it. When it was brought up, I was just like, "Oh, let's hope that day never comes," and it did, and it came all over my soul.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Talk that,
Copa.
Copa.
That's an
Copa.
interesting
Get it-
phrase
get
to
it,
throw
Coco.
into a movie about teenage girls. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it came all over me in my soul. The juices flowed through me. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's strudled.
It's strudled,
oh,
strudled so hard.
Copa, what are we giving this movie, Copa?
I give it 7 stabs in the back out of 10 stabs in the back.
Vex's faces are just fucking priceless. I could just make a whole fucking collection of clips off of that. I'd probably say 7.5 cannolis out of 10. I think for me, very good movie. It's funny. It's something that's rewatchable.
Mhm.
Timeless, like you said. Besides the couple of references here and there, I think it definitely can last.
Yeah, I can
Last
only
and
think
last.
of one reference, the Girls Gone Wild reference, where I'm like, that's dated.
Mhm.
Only
Yeah.
people who know what Girls Gone Wild is really get that joke. But
Mhm.
other than
Yeah.
that, it's a solid film.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's fetch, man.
Stop trying to make fetch
stop
happen.
trying-
So make it
trying to make
fetch
that
happen,
It's
God.
not going to happen.
Okay, so let's go around the horn real quick. Vex, what do you have coming up? And how many thousands of shows and hours of podcasts do I have to listen to this week coming up? Please tell us.
Well, I was unexpectedly on the 8750 last night, so you'll have a week of that, plus the Last of Us Episode 3 review. That's going to be on 8750. I will be on Rome and the Empire's Last of Us panel on Thursday. I'll be late, but I'll be there. And then we're taking next week off of Twig. So I have a free weekend, but I've got content ready to go up on the YouTube channel.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, and a GoldenEye review is coming out on Thursday.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I was playing that over the weekend, and the game's still fun.
Mm-hmm.
Copa, I know you got some shit going on. What's up?
Yo. I am going to be on Tyler the Redbeard's channel tomorrow. It's his first live stream ever.
Awesome.
And we're going to be ranking all the Star Wars like entertainment from the broad spectrum of the films all the way down to video games and books and TV shows. Everything's getting ranked. It's getting ranked by yours truly and everybody else on there.
Awesome.
And then Wednesday, that's the only live stream I have other than this one this week. And then Wednesday, I drop a video on how to succeed in writing without really trying by the rules given to us with the show Velma.
Oh,
so
I gotta watch Velma for next week.
I'm going to tutor everybody on how to write for modern audiences and sensibilities.
Good.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Very good.
We'll
Thank
definitely
you.
be shouting that out. I cannot wait for that. White Bear, you emo bastard. You got anything coming up in the
Yeah, actually I do. I got more of the White Bear 2 videos about to come out, but I'm also working on another channel.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna be creative and call it White Bear 3.
What do you think outside the box, buddy?
Yeah, I know.
Blew my mind.
So after much suggestions on the Twitters, I got asked about a lot of things related to raising chickens, and I was like, well, sure, I've did a homesteading channel before, and I'll just bring all that back. And so I already got a bunch of stuff recorded earlier today, and we'll edit that throughout the week. So when the new channel comes up, I will get that right out to y'all, and waka waka.
Nice. Waka. That's good. I'm glad we all have a lot of shit to do. It's awesome as always. I love these people on this panel. So,
and where you're off next week, well, you're not.
We are.
You're going to be busy, but we're not going to be here next week on Mondays. So that will give us some time to all play catch up because Vex has been busy. Copa's busy.
Copa's always. It's been a kind of a crazy, hectic time. We're just in high demand because we're just sexy bitches. So.
January, we really started off 2023 with a fucking bang.
It was on fire. Yeah. So it's been great. It's just but this week coming up, I am not doing much. Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch is running her own Friday show for the Whiskey and Cannolis podcast.
I will be there for a little bit. I forgot.
Yeah. She's trying to get a panel together. I will be working, so I have a lot of work obligations this week. So I just won't have time to do anything. But it's okay. I have my lovely Mrs. and she wanted to do her own show. I didn't even ask her. She said, "I'll do it." I said, "Okay, perfect, fine." As Vex pointed out, she built half the channel. She shouldn't have to ask. So. No, just saying. No, but we'll be back on the 13th, 7 o'clock. We're going to work behind the scenes about talking about changing the time eventually. We'll talk about and Copa's dead. He left. He's like, "Fuck you, people."
Fuck it, I'm out.
his wig fell off. But anyway, so Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch will see you Friday, and then we'll be back on the 13th with Predator. So we will promote the hell out of that because that's going to be a fun show, and that's basically it. So thank you for everybody in the. Oh, there he is.
Glenn Coco,
listen, if you just wanted to get a jump start of going, just say it.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I promoted my shit, so that was enough.
Thank you for everybody.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Chat was great tonight. I'm looking forward to promoting all my lovely panels, stuff coming up, and we will see you on the 13th. And that's it. Good night and
Bye.